It's Clobberin time. It's Clobberin time.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Clobberonimo!
Clobberonimo indeed. Hello, 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 my good friends. Great to see you. Greetings, clobberers and clobberonimos and clobberettes and clobberooskies and every other kind of, even if you're not any kind of clobber, greetings to you on this wonderful Wednesday night. This is the second to last Wednesday before Christmas. Oh, my goodness. Good to see you, my friends. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you, of course. Some of you probably already seen the big news that's out there, and I will address it. But I just wanted to say my hellos and everything first, of course. Wow. I'm getting texted? Yeah. Thought I was getting texted. Anyway. Oh, my goodness. Well, hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. I hadn't have much planned. I might, a few things. We would talk a little bit about Geekmas, a little bit here and there, but nothing all that big. So it's nothing that can't be, pushed back a little bit because we'll address a certain big announcement that I've heard or that I've seen out there anyway. And I don't know if you've all heard about it, but before we do that, a few show notes. Assuming I have my show notes in order here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Need to get your damn show notes in order, dude. I forgot what. Take care of that right now, won't we? Simple matter of taking a little extra time to load a pic that I forgot. It doesn't mean a whole lot, but why not do things right? It's rare for me to do things right. So in those rare occasions that I do, it's fun. So anyway, show notes. Tomorrow night, of course, again, I want first, with a shout out, of course, as always, to the great Nick Weiser. My good buddy Nick Weiser had a blast hanging out with Nick Weiser and Mark D and Gary with Pop Culture Minefield, rather, and that 70s rock fan and just another red shirt and those fantastic guys there. talking about the movie Goldfinger last night on Nick Weiser's fantastic channel. And then, of course, before that, I was honored to be hanging out on Midnight's Edge After Dark with the great Tom Connors and other fantastic friends on that panel. And let's see here. Tomorrow night, of course, that clubhouse is in session. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, of course. Same clubby channel and same clubby time. Blah, blah, blah. My wonderful friends and First Officer R.M. Briggs and Commander R.M. Briggs, I should say, and Chief Engineer Mark D. with a C will be geeking out at the clubhouse tomorrow night. That's, again, as always, every Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then, of course, my Friday night, I'll be hanging out at Nick Weiser's Comic Shop. My good buddy Nick Weiser's Comic Shop. Talk, 8:30 p.m. We'll be talking about some superhero animation for Christmas. In other words, Christmas-related superhero cartoons, similar to what my buddy Loki and I did last year at the very same time. Roughly the same time. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Then I have decided it is a go for Saturday night Star Trek, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Same Trek time, same Clubby channel. This will be our final review of episodes this year. 4 episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Rejoin Starship Down, the Sword of Kahless, and the Little Green Men. We will do that. The standard Saturday night Star Trek is for this Saturday night, and I'm looking forward to that with my wonderful first officer, as always, and of course the wonderful Saturday night Star Trek crew that we get. It is always fantastic. Let's see here. Then I'll be hanging out at the great Mark D with a C, I should say. Sorry, Mark D with a C's Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then I have a two for a double feature. A Christmas double feature, in fact, on Monday. 2 segments of Monday Night Barksy Comic Talk, Classic, or Commies, Clobby's Classic Comics Review, Comics and Classic, yeah. Alliteration has never been my strong point. Never learned my lesson. Anyway, at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, a wacky world of Bob Haney production, or presentation even, of Clobby's Classic Comics Review. A Bob Haney Xmas with Batman and Plastic Man. Brave and the Bold number 148. The great J-Man joins me for another review because we have a lot of fun with those reviews. I can't wait. Cannot wait. That's going to be a lot of fun there, Jay. Can't wait. And then, I don't know who will be joining me yet, if anybody, but I will have I decided to do another review for the 9 p.m. show on Monday night. 9 p.m. Monday night, Central Standard Time. Even if it's just me alone, will review the Alex Ross Paul Dini classic Superman, Peace on Earth. Because why not? Why not and because? And because and why not? And because. And why not because? I don't know. So there we go. Anyway. Then, where are we at? Then after that, I'll do other stuff. So, yes. It's Christmas time is here. And Batman is of cheer. All right. So, it's almost here anyway. How about me saying some hellos to my good friends who are here with me tonight? Run this thing back to the beginning. J-Man, what's up, buddy? The great J-Man is here. Of course, shout out to all our fantastic wrench buddies as well. The bronze wrencher himself, Eric K. Good to see you there, buddy. Really appreciate you, man. The fantastic Vindicator Wrench of the North, Chris Persia, my friend. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron, buddy. I don't know if he's here or not, but Lord Thoth gets the honorary shout out because he is the god of all wrenchingness. He's a god wrench of his own, and he's a good buddy. Just like Avon lives and long live the Legion to him. I don't know if Fanty's here, but the Fanty outsider wrench, we'll throw him one right there. He might not even be here. I can't see the chat, by the way, everyone, in case you wondered. I do know that Apollome's Minion is here, so let's see the pepperoni. The pepperoni. So let me see who else is here with us tonight. Decepticon. Sean, buddy, good to see you, man. The great Decepticon, of course, of J-Man's channel fame and his own channel as well. Please subscribe to both of those channels. J-Man's fantastic channel. Please put your channel in the chat, J-Man. And Decepticon, I know he has a channel and he reviews things as well. So please, if you could get those in there. There's Fanty. I see you, Fanty. Phantom Outsider. What's up, bud? Stephen M. Kal-El. What is up, my friend? Good to see you. Let's see here. Who else be's here? Gwagnar, what's up, buddy? Pat S. Hey, man. Good to see you there, bro. Always happy to have you stop by. Excuse me. Maddie's daddy, Steve Mitchum, brother. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. And I hope Maddie is doing well, buddy. Good to see you. Michelle O'Rourke Johansson, hello. Ironcaster, buddy. What's up, man? Nothing happened today. Okay, maybe it's nothing. I don't know. Yeah, Goldfinger. Yeah, I do love Gold. I was on the Goldfinger show we did too. There, Ironcaster, love it. Let me see who's here. Think he's jumping on me. See, I have to wind the chat way back. Hey, Death Ray, I'm gonna get that conquered eventually, buddy. Death Ray, Atelier. But until then, I'm just gonna say Death Ray. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm an idiot. The lovely Sherry. Oh my goodness. Hey there, Sherry. Beautiful girl. What's up? Master of the Legion of Memers. All right. Now I think I've caught up there. Okay. Now, I guess I should check because someone sent this to me as a text. And you never want to report on something, unless you're sure. So, yeah, it looks like it's true. Yeah. Oh, boy. It's a funny thing. I'll just read it first. As those who may or may not know, you probably already heard, although when this was sent to me, it was very newly tweeted out. And a lady friend of mine sent this to me. Henry Cavill, of course, has tweeted out that that he will not be playing Superman anymore. Thing is, he never played Superman ever. He was in those terrible, all that terrible Snyder trash. But I'll put it to you like this. I have never had a problem with Henry Cavill. I'm the biggest Snyder hater there is. I cannot say Pop Culture Republic. Good to see you. I'm the biggest Snyder hater there is. I hate everything about his vile take on the DC heroes. I think he's a jackass. Pod Racing, Jennifer Lawrence. What's up, dude? Good to see you. I hate everything about Snyder's trash. But I never had anything against Henry Cavill. And he's such an amicable and nice guy and very well cast in the role, even he wasn't miscast. It was the movie, not his fault. Sometimes there's some miscasting. I hear you, Sean. I saw that now. I was just double checking because I was out. A lot, and then just now found out about this. And so I thought Henry Cavill was never the problem. Like everyone else, I had respect for him and thought he would have been a great fit for the character. And since he's still at an age where he can do it, and he's still very popular, in spite of how these movies. Look, Snyder has the little cabal, has the little group, but for the most part, anyone who loves the character of Superman and understands the character of Superman doesn't like his crappy take on Superman. And even people who don't admit that Henry Cavill would be good in a good Superman movie. Would like to see him get a chance. And it's a damn shame now he will not get a chance to play Superman in something decent where he actually gets to play the character the way he's supposed to be. So he said, I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone, but I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all. Onwards and upwards. Hey, Keely Chow, roll tide, and hey there, Picasso. Now, beyond that, I haven't had a chance to read up of what anyone else is saying. So I don't have really a strong opinion one way or the other. But absolutely, both Mark D and Maddie's Daddy says right. This is a class act, folks. That's almost the biggest reason it's a shame. Because this guy never got a chance. He never got to play. Brandon Routh's a pretty cool dude. Brendan Ralph was a pretty cool dude, too. And he got stuck with a lousy movie. So both those guys, Brandon and Henry Cavill, got stiffed with lousy movies where they were not allowed to play the character properly. Even in the lesser Christopher Reeve films, of course, Christopher Reeve is fantastic. Even in 2 and 3 and 4, which are nowhere near in a class with the first one. In fact, to me, they're all bad. They're bad movies that I just still can watch just because I love Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve got to play the character properly, just he didn't have great stories. In this case, not only did they not have good stories, they had shitty characterization. And it's a damn shame for both those guys. And especially Henry Cavill, who just comes off as a total class act. And you know what? Here's another, and it also sucks that he was led to believe, he was told to announce he's coming back, and then they do this to him. A lot of you are saying change is inevitable and it might be for the better. That could well be the case. It doesn't make it any better that the guy got strung along. It just goes to show how much he would have loved playing the character again. Whoever they cast now, will they show the love for the character that this guy has? It's a damn shame. I think they should have given him another shot at it. And now, again, if they're going back to another younger version, which people are saying in the chat they're going for a younger one again, and they're going for Origins and all that other crap. I'm so sick of Origins, man. I'm so sick of it. So really, I understand what you're all saying. Well, change is inevitable, and it's not a problem to change stuff, and I'm with you. It's just a shame that he just had bad fortune, I guess. It's a shame, but it's also a shame that they strung him along like that. They shouldn't have had him go announce that he was going to be back just to undercut him like that. Man, that guy's had nothing but bad luck with this role. And yeah, I would love to see him play James Bond in a perfect world, but the world we live in now, they would just ruin it. And he left the richer for good reasons. Oh, excuse me. They didn't say origin. They said at an early point in his career. Excuse me. Glinzer, what's up, dude? Agreed, Steve Mitchum. Change is fine, but this was premature and they treated him very poorly. They really did, but it's Hollywood. And hey, Dave, what's up? Joe, oh, come on. Superman 2 was good. I hate it. Sorry. Not great, but good. Sorry, I hate it. Any movie with Terrence Stamp in his prime as General Zod deserves some respect. I don't respect it at all. I hate the movie. I respect some of Donner's version, even some things he did are kind of wacky. But it's a long, detailed story. But I hate the Lester cut. You'll never convince me there's anything good about the Lester cut of Superman 2. Or very little, anyway. Phantom says, I'd like to see James Gunn introduce Superboy in the Legion of Superheroes. I'm not sure I would like to see James Gunn do that because it would be a guffaw fest. I'm not so sure. Wisecracking Star-Lord-esque Superman would probably work with an audience. Not me, though. There's a good point. Decepticon makes a good point here. He says, and he was addressing Chris. I can't see all the chats, by the way. They go by so fast, so please forgive me. I'm missing a bunch of it, but I'm going to try to catch what I can. He said, wisecracking Star-Lord-esque Superman would probably work with an audience. Not me, though. Me either. The last thing I need is to see him turn Superman into the wisecracking Star-Lord type. Please, for the love of God, I don't want to see that. Decepticon also said a bit earlier, I saved it so I can find it. Gunn realized audiences just won't get over Superman not saving his dad from a tornado, or frying captors in BVS, or taking fights straight into city centers, or anything else Snyder. So, Gunn probably did Gunn say that? Because I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet. Because I'm not so sure that audiences wouldn't forgive it. Or wouldn't let him be another Superman. Maybe they would. I don't think audiences go that deep into it. If they made a good Superman movie with Henry Cavill, I think audiences would just accept it. But I don't know. Maybe you're right. Adam Outsider said, did they say they're going with a younger Superman and Cavill will be another DC character? Really? I think they have him as Earth 2 Superman younger. Did they say that? I don't know. Did they say that? Maybe so. Caster says, I can see James Gunn reining in his twisted humor to write a lighthearted Superman, a Donner Superman. I'm not sure I can see that, Caster, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm not so sure I can see that. I'm not saying you're wrong. You might be right, buddy. Dave says, do you think we will get to see some Martian Manhunter in another Justice League movie? But down the road, I suppose. I think that's probably in the plans. It's going to be a long time. And if there's a Justice League movie, I think they would put him in there. Fanty says, I can see 3 Legion of Superheroes members as wisecrackers. Bouncing Boy, yeah. Chameleon Boy, okay. And Wildfire, wisecrackers. But James Gunn wisecrackers? I don't know, but we'll see. A couple of others. They're all young, so, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it can work. I think Pattinson is one and done. Does anyone feel the watch? Does anyone feel to watch another 3-hour meandering story with the guy? I don't want to. No, I don't want to. So no, not me. But we'll see. Let me see here. Uh, um, I want Disney to make up a new character of people all from around the world. Okay. Hang on. All right, I'm just taking a look here. I don't know. I hope Pattinson's gone, but you never know. We'll see. They didn't say him as Earth 2 Superman, but he did appear in Black Adam, and JSA was there. Yeah, I don't know. I want to know. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm not even going to speculate on what they're going to do. Pop Culture says, while Cavill is out as Superman, Jason Momoa is rumored to be Lobo. I've heard that. I've heard that rumor. A shame now that the two won't meet on screen. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's very early to know anything. I'm willing to give James Gunn a shot, but as far as why not? Not that he needs it from me, of course. What does he care what I think? But Decepticon says as long as they scale their budgets down and set their sights to under $1 billion for a success, they'll be all right with these new DC movies. 700 million worldwide should not be a failure. Yep, it shouldn't be. Got to watch that spending. No, I didn't say that, Eric K. I didn't say that, Eric K. I just thought I clicked on the wrong thing. I thought you were talking about something else. So, well, it's clear from what little I've been able to see, catch in your chats, because it's been going by so fast, everybody, that some of you are cautiously optimistic. Some of you think this is a good idea. Even if it is the right idea, I still don't like the way they treated Henry Cavill. I mean, I do like the way they treated Hack Snyder because he sucks, but what a waste! What a waste the way that Snyder is that he just wasted that kind of a casting. And Cavill's a good dude. Seems like it's high class stuff the way he's handled this thing. So it's a shame. He sounds disappointed. Pop Culture said, let's see here. Chris Perzer says, now I'll catch up so I can address some of the things you guys are saying. I didn't like Gunn's The Suicide Squad. I won't hold my breath. Yeah, I didn't mind. I didn't dislike it much myself, but it wasn't really big about it either. Yeah, it's just sort of one timer. Pat S says, I heard the new Superman ended up on Earth with a white sun, and he will be played by funny man Patton Oswalt. Wait a minute. Are you calling Patton Oswalt funny? Are you saying Patton Oswalt is funny? I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. I know, man. I know. Picasso says, is this the dystopian future the past was warning about? I'm losing hope in entertainment. Life. Don't lose hope in life. There's always life and there's always hope. But entertainment, I can understand your faith being shaken. Yeah. I know what you were saying, Pat ass. I was just busting you. Yep. No, yeah, Pat. Look, I think they should look cast I think they should cast Patton Oswalt as Superman. At this stage, I wouldn't put anything past James Gunn. I'm sorry. Here's me and James Gunn, my old buddy James Gunn. Just kidding. I think he likes to be an edgelord. I think he knows his stuff. He's an excellent filmmaker. I can't remember the first film I've seen him. I really like the movie Slither that he made with Nathan Fillion. I thought that was really good. And I know I've liked other stuff he's made, of course, including I like Guardians of the Galaxies 1 and 2, especially 1. Excuse me. I thought the Suicide Squad was it's all right. I watched it one time and it's okay. I didn't really care for it that much, to be perfectly honest. But let's see what else. I liked I actually thought he got too involved in some of the writing of some of those other Avengers movies that he just helped with the writing on, and they reeked of him. His movies are weird fits into even when the MCU was still decent. I liked his Christmas special, his Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. I'm sort of looking forward to the third Guardians of the Galaxy, cautiously anyway. But I'm not, again, and I do know that he knows. I liked Peacemaker, by the way. I liked Peacemaker. I felt like I needed 5 showers every time I watched an episode. But it was fun. It was fun enough. I mean, I thought some people, I don't know, wasn't the greatest thing ever or anything like that. But it was, it's just a fun, goofy show. Decepticon says, maybe we'll finally see a live-action Superman versus Brainiac movie. Maybe. Even with all these effects-laden superhero movies, it seemed like too much to ask in these past 40 years. It does seem like too much to ask. Yeah, but, hungry boy. Hungry for pumpkin pie and Micronauts. I like it. You always have the fun names there, buddy. I can't really. Let's see what Picasso says. I'm sorry. I'm just feeling so defeated. But then I think it's when I draw and when I hang out with my daughter, I remember how it is to create. Well, that's fantastic. Keep doing that. Keep creating. Never stop. Never stop there. Picasso, never stop at all. The great Eric K. Thank you so much, buddy. He says, turn on the CERN. The CERN? Till I get back to my reality where Dolly has braces. Yes. Yes, sir. At least in one reality she did. The gun-produced Brightburn gives me pause on these DC movies. Not everything has to be smart aleck edgelord BS crap. Yeah, I did not watch Brightburn. From what I understand, I never will want to. It is yet to be seen where he can make a movie that's not just a joke fest. Let's just put it like that, okay? Let's just put it like that. And not every movie has to be a joke fest. I like humor in movies. Some of the humor in some of the MCU, when it was still the MCU and it hadn't gone off the deep end, was fine. Some of it was good. And my buddy Michael Retrobasting and I, we've ranked the Marvel movies, and I liked a lot of them. J-Man, Clobby, you can skip Brightburn. You're not a horror guy. Not only that, Brightburn looks like a ripoff of a lot of older comics. It almost looks like a ripoff of Maximortal, which I know that's a comic maybe none of you have ever heard of, but it looks. When I heard about the plot, And there are other stories with an evil Superman type thingy or whatever. But that it almost sounds similar to Maxi Mortal. I know no one's ever heard of it by Rick Veitch, was it, or somebody? That's from the 90s, folks. I don't know if it's a rip off of that or not. I'm just saying what little I've heard about Brightburn sounds familiar to that. I don't know if any of you even know about the comic. It's pretty, but I've heard things about it. Jennifer Lawrence created Stanley. That's true. Hello there, Oliver Belamonte. Oliver says, it's an unfortunate turn of events that Henry Cavill won't return as Superman as he respects the decision by James Gunn. And, Henry says, it's been fun ride with you all onwards and upwards. Yes, he did say that. Absolutely. And he is, like we've said here, DJ Ronnie G, good to see you. As we've said, Oliver, Henry Cavill's a class act. Just seems like a really awesome guy, and I never begrudged him anything. I never blame the actors usually, at all, especially when they conduct themselves like he has. Yes, Pop Culture Republic, Maxi Mortal is from the 90s. Like I said, I don't know that Brightburn is taken from that. It just sounded similar to that to me. It's not the only thing that sounds similar to, by the way. Kal-El says, looking back, and although Man of Steel came out first, it's Man of Steel, sorry. It's clear that Man of Steel was a sequel to Brightburn. Maybe, prequel, who knows, yeah. So and Hungry Boy says I would loathe 80% of Brightburn. Well, again, I've seen things like that before. Just not in movies, but in comics. J-Man says, one positive that Cavill won't return is that Snyder fans are upset, which makes me happy. I do like him, though. I like him, too. Now, are they upset, or are they glad that they won't have to see him handled by another director? Are they upset? Because the Snyder fans, I thought all they cared about was Snyder. Oh, I hear you, Mark D. See, because I don't know. I haven't seen any reaction to any of this. I was out with some friends, and I got the text about this and came right home, to do the show like normal. And I've seen no backlash about this whatsoever. You all know way more than I do about it right now because I only know that about the announcement, and I haven't looked up or see what everyone's saying about it or anything. I just know, I only know my own opinion on it and your opinions because you're telling me. So I don't know. So Jennifer Lawrence directed Highlander 2. The Jennifer Lawrence jokes keep flowing, though. They were there last night, too. Yeah, Glinzer says a class act in Hollywood has to be more rare than Action Comics #1 high grade. Yeah, and he really only works there. I don't think he even lives there, so yeah. So, I mean, look, I'm just, as much as I think this is a shame that this happened, I'm just glad Snyder's gone. Not that no matter what Gunn does, I don't think it'll be as horrific as Snyder. It won't be as disgusting and horrible. And it might not be good, or it might be too goofy. I might watch it and go, all right, whatever, dude. I don't think I'll be as disgusted. I mean, look, yes, Peacemaker's disgusting, but it's a TV show one-off. I don't think his shows are going to be raunchy like that. I mean, his movies. I don't think Mr. Zaslav will let him take the DC universe and make it raunchy like Peacemaker is. I think that's an outlier. So, let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. So I just think it's a little bit of a shame. I think you had a guy that could at least give you a couple of movies that was really excellent for the role, who got screwed over by being stuck with a horrible filmmaker. Yes, he got cast by that horrible filmmaker, but which was one of the few things he did that was okay. But hey, J.T. Kirk. So it's just a shame to see a guy like that get screwed over. A guy who looks like Superman, can play Superman, has Superman type values. Who probably, I don't know, if you got him in private, might tell you that he didn't like the way those things were written. I couldn't say that for sure. I don't know. But I've heard him say certain things sometimes in interviews that lead me to believe that. Plus, he left The Witcher because those idiots were on that show were getting the lore wrong and showed no respect for what went before. He's a geek who likes geek stuff and doesn't like to see lore disrespected. He said that in interviews, so I have a lot of respect for him. But, so I think that's a shame. Will Gunn cast him okay? Yeah, maybe, I'm sure. Maybe he'll cast Tyler Hoechlin. I'm just kidding. They won't do that. And he's okay. By the way, I'm not knocking him. They'll probably cast someone younger, of course, as they've said. So I just don't know. Nobody knows what they're going to do. That's another thing J-Man makes a good point about. Cavill also stuck up for fans when that one guy called him toxic in an interview. That's another reason why. Maybe that's another reason why they got rid of him. I'm kidding. Who knows? They may really just wanted to go in a different direction, which it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't think that the baggage of Man of Steel and Bull versus Shite, Hey Lemon Pie, and just a lot of asshead leagues, and the Snyder stench. I don't think the Snyder stench is is on Henry Cavill. In other words, if they did let him, if he wasn't giving us this announcement tonight, and he was going forward let's say the announcement was the other way around, and he was going to be making more, I don't think it would hurt the franchise at all. If anyone's postulating that, I don't agree with that. Now, you might be right, and I may be wrong. I don't agree with it. And you know how much I hate Snyder's. His garbage movies, not personally. Although personally, he's a jackass. So if you're saying this is better for the franchise, I'm not sure I buy into that. If you're saying you're fine with it, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I get you there. I'm saying I don't think he would hurt anything. I don't think if he stayed, it would hurt anything. And I'm not saying that's why. I don't know if that's why Gunn's doing what he's doing, or if or whatever, and the other guy is with Seraphan or whatever. I'm not saying that's why. I don't know. I know nothing about what. I know of nothing other than the announcement. So I haven't even heard any explanations. So that's a complicated question, Just Joe. I think it's a bomb. Or certainly a failure. If not a bomb, a failure, probably. So, I'm meaning Black Adam. Lemon Pie says Sherry is a hottie. Well, of course Sherry is a hottie. We all know that. Hottie Sherry. The lovely Sherry could call herself the hottie Sherry. Love seeing you, Sherry. Good to see you. But isn't Cavill in Flash? I've heard things like that, but I think they've cut him out. I don't know. So, if that's the reasoning, because a couple of people have said some things like there's some sort of Snyder stench on him that even if he makes different movies, that because of people, I guess some people remember, unfortunately, can't forget Man of Steel and Bitch versus Shite and Justice League and the Snyder Butt and all that crap. In other words, if people think, if the reasoning is because he was connected to that they cut him, because they think it would be damaging going forward. Maybe it's true. I just don't think I believe it. I don't think I buy into that. I love you, Sherry. Yeah, Sergeant Rock for a Sergeant Rock TV show. They wouldn't screw that, but Cavill would be fine, but they wouldn't screw that up at all, right, pal? Khalil says, I completely agree with you, Clubby. Cavill seems really down to earth. One of the best examples of that was when he released an Instagram video of himself building a PC. Yeah, I remember that, and so does that Star Wars girl. Boy, does she remember it. She's so adorable when she's going nuts over him. Oh my goodness. But yeah, but that was cool. Yeah, I mean, good dude, and it's a shame this had to happen to him. You know, and he didn't do anything wrong. He took a gig, and yeah, he was. I mean, what actor? I mean, it just goes to show an actor who's also a geek like that gets offered to play Superman. Of course, he jumps at it. He's a British guy getting to play Superman of all. It's crazy. But JT Kirk says, "What's the worst stink poll? Examples: KK stink, bad reboot stink, Snyder stink, Chinball. Well, they're all pretty horrible. I don't know if I can pick away your Muslim uncle. Good to see you. I'm not sure I could pick a worse one. JT, that's tough. KK or bad reboot or Snyder puke or chin balls. I mean, man, can you give me a tougher one than that? I mean, you can't. I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't know. J-Man says, I just don't trust anything until they see the movie. I guess you mean until you see the movie. No hype, trailers, first looks, set leaks, etc. I'm at the point where they have to prove to me that they can make a cool movie. J-Man, that's a wise course of action. That's a wise policy, my friend. Make them sell you. They're the ones selling. They're the ones with something to sell, after all. The ones who still care about actually having an audience. And I guess I hear Mr. Zaslav does care about that, which is nice. Hungry for pumpkin pie. My gosh, what's the worst part of Superman 2, Club? You really like to get my blood pressure going just because I trigger you about the tripwire all the time. The worst part for me was the cornball humor by Richard Lester. Again, it's almost like it was a precursor to James Gunn, except at least Gunn's funny. This wasn't funny. This was disrespect. All the really cornball. It was because the story idea was solid enough for Superman 2. All the incredibly cringy cornball scenes in Superman 2, which they, other than in the first movie, yeah, Otis was silly. But that just means it was some comic relief. There wasn't comic relief in the second film, which was connected to the first. They were making them at the same time, and then they changed a lot. But anyway, a lot of what David and Leslie Newman and along with Richard Lester added into Superman 2 was some really bad, dumbass, unfunny humor. Also, him giving up his powers for Lois, and I'm holding this against Lester and Donner, was asinine. Superman giving up his powers to be a human. I'm sorry, even at the tender age of whatever I was in 1981. No. What was I? 16, 17 when I saw the movie, whatever, something like that. I hated it. I hated it then. I hate it now. Superman giving up his powers for Lois Lane was stupid. Gap After Dark, hello there, and should not have been in either cut of the movie. in either cut of the movie. It didn't belong there. It's funny that you're saying this because that's what I couldn't put my finger on for decades. That's what's bugging me. Yeah, it's the humor in it's really stupid. You have idiotic scenes like, I mean, again, Otis was funny enough, and it was Otis was silly, but it was comic relief of a couple of characters. Superman didn't act silly, and everyone else was pretty much, okay. It's just Otis was the only clown in the first movie. And this one, everybody's a clown. You have stupid shit like, they land, the villains land, and this old man sees them, and he just pours his tea out thinking he's drunk and seeing things. You got really all kind of goofy crap on the moon. When they killed the guys on the moon, it was all cheap, shoddy stuff. A lot of things from the original script got scrapped, where the villains were going to do something crazy like throw the moon out of orbit. There were a lot of plans. By the way, I don't think the movie was very well planned, even when Donner was doing it. And the Donner cut has a ridiculous, terrible ending, and I love Richard Donner. He wanted to sleep with Lois. He never had sex before. He would break her otherwise or have no feeling. I'm guessing that's what they were going for. Well, to be that as it may, it was still, I don't want it in the Superman movie. I don't need it. And I don't buy into it anyway. Oh, your Muslim uncle. Thank you, Mark D with a C. And by the way, Mark D, if you feel like hanging, no pressure, but if you want to pop in, you know where the door is. Your Muslim uncle says, a member chat says, do you think fun, I think he means gun, could be hiding alt univ caval sup? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'll tell you, your Muslim uncle, just put in, I'm watching the chat now. If you could clarify what you mean. Do you think fun could be hiding alt univ caval sup? I'm not sure what you mean, sir. But thank you for being a member. All right, hey, J-Man, thank you for being here, brother. Good to see you there, buddy. Even as a kid, when Superman explains to Lois in Superman 2 that he used to play the teleportation game in school, my first thought was, wait a minute, didn't he go to a school on Earth? Yeah, that's another stupid, unfunny joke. Asinine, dumb humor in that movie. Most of that was Newman and the Newmans, David and Leslie Newman, and what's his face? Richard Lester. And I hate that shite. The movie was just campy crap. The first movie treated Superman with respect. Donner, even though I didn't like the way he ultimately ended his cut, treated the character with respect. The second movie was more like trying to be like the Batman TV show. Now, I love the Batman TV show, but it didn't need to be in a Superman movie. And by the way, you know what? I don't think it's true. I think Superman wouldn't kill it. All this stuff, I heard that. I've been hearing that crap. Hey, Classic Comics. Pat S. and J-Man, I think J-Man mentioned I think he's running. He had to run. I've been hearing that crap about, no, he had to use his powers to have sex with her because he would kill her. I'm sorry, I don't buy into it. He's Superman. I'm sure with Kryptonian technology, there are ways around it. It never factored into the comics before or after, or at least not that often. Jim Largo, hello there. Good to see you. Classic Comics, yes, I have. I've been talking about it a little bit. Yeah. But yes, Kal-El, that's another thing, that dumb game thing. All right, Maddie's daddy, Steve Mitchum. Thanks for being here, buddy. Good to see you there, bro. He's Superman. He can do it. Giving up his powers was asinine. Oliver says, Clobby, what I find disturbing in Superman Returns is it somewhat ties with Superman 2, as when we find out Lois has a son, and has a bit of Superman's powers. Yeah. I mean, Superman Returns is a big problem as well. And again, the biggest shame about Superman Returns is they had a fine casting choice in Brandon Ralph, who was perfectly fine. And deserved better. Deserved better. And I'm having very bad Charlie horses again sitting at this desk. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Anyway. Chris Perza says, he's too young to play Kingdom Come Superman, not when Henry's still in his prime. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, and Henry's still in his prime. Clobberin might have a point. It's not like he smashes cookie in the crumbs when he picks it up. I mean, no, he adjusts to normal everyday life in the world all the time. So no, I got you. Yo.
Hey everyone.
Hey, dude. Oh my God.
You all right?
I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Oh shit, that's
yeah. If you could vamp for me for a second while I stretch.
I can, yeah.
This happened to me the other night when I was on your show.
Yep, go take a break. Yep.
I got a bad
Charlie horse.
Out of nowhere. I was fine earlier.
Yep. Oh. No, go drink some water and
I am drinking water. Does that help?
It's supposed to, but my grandfather always used to get Charlie horses and just go off, take a break. I'll vamp for a second. I'll read the chat.
It's now the Mark D show, everybody.
Yeah, I'm taking over. I've taken over here. Go rest. Yep.
Go for it. I'll be right back.
You go take a break.
I'm gonna take some medicine.
Well, that was good timing, but I hope Mike feels better. But so I'm gonna mute him so we don't hear that. Yep. But yeah, those suck. Yeah, because my grandfather used to be a dispatcher for a taxi cab company, and he would always tell me we can get Charlie horses from sitting down too long. So hope he feels better. And Pat S wants me to tell some Christmas jokes, so that'll scare away all the viewers. But I don't have many good ones, but we'll try. Yep. Let's see. So time for Fleabag, right, JT Kirk? Yeah. What can we get everyone to? What can we get everyone to buy? Yeah, but I'm glad I hopped in, so I know those can be painful. So hope Mike is feeling better soon. But yeah, those are bad yet. But I got to say, all right, now that Mike's not here, how much I love Superman 2. Went to see that as a kid. I'm 4 years younger than him, so I guess that's it was my parents took us out. It's like, oh, we get to go see a movie, which is pretty rare. And I guess when you're around age 10, you're not so critical with the plot, and you kind of look over those things. But in some ways, I don't know, that could be an anti-feminist movie, right? Superman's got to give up his powers to be with Lois. I mean, who came up with that idea? He's got to give everything up to be with her. So that's kind of a backward plot. But so look what happens if you want to be with a woman, you got to give up your superpowers. So yeah, Cavill, that news, because I really like him as an actor and as Superman, and he seems like a great, as far as we don't really know these people, but he seems like a great guy. But that's got to suck, having that landed that iconic role, really not getting to do any good movies with that role. But he's got a fantastic screen presence, and then to announce in October that you're gonna do that role, you get to come back in another movie finally. After all that speculation, then Gunn takes over. It's his ship. It's his he gets to make the calls, and if it does well, he gets the credit. But if it tanks, he also gets the blame. So if it was me, I would have the safe choice is to keep Cavill there and do another few movies. And if you wanted to do a younger Superman in his 20s, I guess, or I mean, Cavill's 39 and pretty damn good looking for 39, I'll say. But yeah, so I guess maybe they'll pick an unknown to do it. I don't know. I remember Hugh Jackman came in last minute to play Wolverine, and that turned out to be a massive success. So, here we got a joke from Eric K. I don't know if it's a Christmas joke, but yeah, maybe. What happened when the blue ship and the red ship collided at sea? Their crews were marooned. Oh, that's a bad one. That's a good bad one, yeah. Well, Picasso says, yeah, Jennifer Lawrence doesn't get Charlie horses. Maybe she invented them. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know if he has any magnesium supplements, but that's something to add to the Christmas list, or head to CVS or Walgreens real quickly and get. But yeah, especially if it happens too often. Yep. So yeah, hopefully he'll be back soon. But yeah, I'll try to fill in. No one can replace Clobberin times, but I'll try to do it keep going for a few minutes until he gets back. Yep. I wouldn't give up my superpowers for Jennifer Lawrence, but I would wake her up early. Yep. Yeah, that's referencing the movie. What was that with Chris Pratt when he woke her up? He read through all the people on board the ship, and I woke her up early, which meant I guess they would never make it to the planet because everyone else was in suspended animation. Yeah. Hey, Claude, how's it going? Let's see. Oh, all right. Well, I'm not putting that lovely Sherry quote up, but I've heard that one before. Yep, that's a toxic one, Sherry. Yep, that's a gooder. Yeah, Scala says he doesn't have to pay child support. Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, so Superman 2, I really did like it, but that's more of a young kid seeing that with his parents and getting to go like a family night out. My dad was actually excited to see the movie, and mom too. So, and of course that was kind of my kind of thing. So to get to go out on a family night and not having to get stuck going to see Grease. No offense to your the Grease fans out there, but getting to go see a movie like that, and especially after how amazing the first Superman movie was. So it was really a fun night. So some of that gives it a better judgment when you look back on it. Yeah, that plot point is ridiculous, but a lot of the movie was well done, I thought. And of course the bully at the end, I guess that's kind of silly, but as a kid who kind of got picked on, that was fun to see. The guy getting his just payback for picking on Clark there. So I thought that was good. Well, Jennifer Lawrence, she was also Supergirl too. I think she was the first Supergirl. Yeah. And Pat S. No, I did not get my Avatar 2 tickets yet, but I hear it's some bad. I heard some bad reviews, and I always, me, I try to be fair and see a movie, before I react. I haven't seen Wakanda yet. I don't think I ever will. Maybe I'll watch it once it finally comes out on cable. But this the representation of Namor just gets me. I mean, it just makes me feel I just don't want to see it. If they call the character something else, or they'd come up with a whole new superhero with that background, wouldn't have any kind of problems with it. But when you do that to an established hero, just makes me so worried, what they're going to do with the FF. So, and I haven't heard they haven't hired Mike yet. So, otherwise I wouldn't be worried. But yeah, it's not going to be good. Yep. So we'll see what happens with that, but not holding out any hope. Of course, this Jennifer Lawrence is the first Superman too. Yep, she was both. Yeah.
Oh.
You all right?
Yo, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be all right now. I hope.
Yeah, we'll just take a break.
It's never happened with both legs before.
Ugh, God, that's bad. Yeah. Yeah, my
Sorry,
grandpa
everybody.
used to get those. All. Yeah, sorry to inflict you on everyone, or me on everyone. But I was trying to hold the fort for a few minutes, so we still
No,
have people
appreciate it.
watching.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Thank you all for being here tonight. So sorry about that. That's never happened. Oh, the other night I did get a Charlie horse on when I was on your show, but I mean, it's never
Not
happened on
that
my
bad.
show and not with both legs ever.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, just take a rest.
I get them sometimes, but
yeah.
thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I guess too when you're saying someone was saying magnesium tablets or it was really good to have.
I'll try
that
anything.
Yeah, no, who was it? And if you've gotten them in a row too, I guess. So who was in the chat said your Muslim uncle? I think was saying magnesium tablets. I'm trying to find it in the chat, but or if you can post that again, someone what's recommended because I'm streaming through the chat here.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, and thank you all. I'm so sorry, everybody. Like I said, that's never really happened.
No, I don't think anyone cares. I don't think everyone just wants you to be okay. So,
thanks.
Yeah, no need to apologize. Yeah.
Oh man,
But I'm glad I jumped in at that point too, because that's then you can take a break. Yeah.
Thanks.
What
Bananas?
did everyone's been asking me to tell Christmas jokes while you're out, like stand-up comedian. But so they've been putting jokes in. So Eric's for $5. What did the ocean say when Santa flew over? Nothing. It just waved.
Oh, good one. Thank you for that, Eric. Appreciate the super chat, buddy. Let's see here. They're getting some good magnesium. I'm getting some recommendations. I'll listen to anything at this point. Magnesium supplement. They even have gummies. Okay. I'm game. What about bananas? Let's see here. And a standing
bananas, yeah.
A standing second desk. I'll tell you what, I'm almost tempted, but I can't. When you're carrying much around this much. I've had. Okay, you need potassium. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, Picasso, I got to get me some bananas. I like bananas, fine. I just don't have any. I didn't go out, but unless my son wouldn't pick up some, I'm going to go check. But no, that's a good point. I need to drink more water for sure. I mean, I do. I am remiss in my water drinking a lot of late, which is not good. Hey, Darcipio, what's up, man? Let's see here. He says, Larry, joined up. Hey, Larry, thanks for joining. Appreciate you, buddy.
Clobberin level, because I guess you can't see that on your side.
Oh, yeah, doesn't tell me. Clobberin to you, Larry. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you. He says, why does the Grinch enjoy gardening? He's got a green thumb. Oh, you're running, Mr. Grinch. Lieutenant Crittenden, hello. Did I miss anybody else new that showed up while I was gone?
Let's see. My memory is so garbaggio, but
Claude Selling.
I think that's
Claude.
Claude was here. Yep, Claude was here. Yep.
Okay.
I was just trying to scramble to stay on top of things. So yeah.
No, I got you. I heard you say Claude. You did acknowledge.
Yeah, I did acknowledge him. Yeah.
But I thought you were talking about the other one. I said, "Oh crap!" Now he's here. He's going to get a call from him.
Not that one. Yep.
Darcipio says, "You need to have muscle relaxers to avoid cramps. I have cramps on both my legs at the same time while driving. Yeah, I've had a lot of driving jobs over the course of my career. I used to do a lot of driving jobs and never really had too many. It happened once in a while. But the thing is, what's different about tonight, because I had one the other night when I was with you, as I told you, remember? But what's different about tonight is I've never had it in both legs, both thighs.
At the same time?
At the same time.
That's tough, yeah.
I don't know.
I remember I was doing a lifeguarding class, and you had to swim 50 laps or whatever. You're swimming all the day, and I'm a pretty good swimmer. But all of a sudden, we're doing a rescue practice, and I got a cramp in my right leg. And I'm like, oh, and you never had a cramp because you get dehydrated. You get dehydrated being in a pool, which is kind of crazy. But you're in there for a couple hours, you're not drinking water or anything. And then all of a sudden, I got a cramp in my left leg, so I'm just like floating, treading water with just my arms because you're a good swimmer. You can do that. I'm like, guys, I can't rescue you. I think I need a rescue. Like your leg, and your legs total. I know I'm laughing as I tell the story, but
It
the
hurts.
instructor, it hurt really bad. And the instructor's like, "Are you faking it to get out of the pool?" I'm like, "No, I'm not faking it. My legs are killing me. I got cramps, And so it's in my, like I said, my grandfather got him all the time, as he was handicapped and had a real bad leg, so he'd end up sitting down too much, so he would get him all the time. Yeah.
Good night, Pop Culture Republic. Good night, Pat S.
Good night.
Take care, Pat. Good to see you, buddy. Larry, you have those too. Yeah, I can't stand it when I'm laying down. It has to be a lot when I'm laying down. As you know, I'm at this desk a lot. Where do little trees go to become the Christmas trees? Elementary school. Wow, thank you for the super chat.
Good ones. Yeah.
You had to start them up on the Christmas jokes. No, I'm just kidding. They're great.
And Pat S, before you leave, you ratted me out on having a Jennifer Lawrence tree. Come on, buddy.
Yeah. What's wrong with
wife's
that?
She invented What's the wife going to say? Yeah, she invented trees, yeah.
Yeah, what she invented wives too, so.
Well, I was saying before about Superman 2, which I still love, and you can't convince me, but that's okay.
You're fired for liking Superman 2.
Because I was 4 years younger than you when I saw it, so it's a different perspective. But the other thing you could say, it's an anti-feminist movie too, right? Because Superman's got to give up his powers to be with Lois, and that's kind of regressive, isn't it? I mean, why would he have to give up his powers? That's horrible. I mean, now that I'm looking at a new light, maybe I don't. Like, you're ruining Superman 2 for me.
Yeah, but she ain't giving up nothing for him.
Right? But he does. Yeah. So what does that say? I mean, that's a horrendous message. No wonder all the Catholic nuns wanted us to go see that in Catholic school. Don't be with a woman.
Yeah. Oh, MGTOW. MGTOW time is what you're talking. Whatever that means. I always forgot what that. I know what it means, but I don't know what the actual. Exactly what the anagram is.
Well, because Soups and Lois do. Was that why Mom was covering my eyes in that scene?
Oh yeah,
they do get it together, right?
Yeah. No, Clark and Lois do.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are you gonna do? I don't like that movie, but not a big deal. It's over. I mean, it's done. It's old enough to live on its own. It pissed me off. It was my first. It was like. I never thought a movie could be more disappointing or at least anywhere close to as disappointing for me personally until a few years later when I saw Return of the Jedi.
Wow.
A lot of unhappiness in 1981 and 83 at the movies.
Yeah, it was 11 or 12 when Superman 2 came out, so
I know. Look, hey, yeah. I hear you. Look, I told you.
I'm using that as an
I walked out of the theater in denial. I wouldn't admit that I hated it. I was like, it was bad. Okay. I know it was great, man.
Yeah,
MGTOW means women gotta buy their own goddamn French fries and leave ours alone. Wow. I mean, actually, she's men. Something to do with women. Men. It means basically men don't need women, which I don't buy into that either. I'm not. That's just one of those. I'm not getting into this politics.
Yeah, don't get into that. Don't get into that. Yeah, I'm happily married.
Jim Largo says, any thoughts on who else might make a good live action Superman? I just hope Gunn doesn't make Kal-El a jokey quipster like he did Star-Lord. Well, that's a real concern, Jim. Men going their own way. There you go. Thank you, Lieutenant. I knew it heard it before, but thank you. Men going their own way. There you go. Well, Anyway,
I think a Fleetwood Mac song. Going your own way. Yeah.
Yeah. You could go your own way. Right. So I don't know. I don't have anybody in particular off the top of my head. Oh yeah, The Last Jedi made me like Return of the Jedi, JT Kirk. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. Well, I am, but I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there. I don't know. I don't have anybody in mind necessarily. Jim, we're all open to suggestions, I think, at this point. But if I'd had my druthers, I'd just said let Henry, do it again. But oh well. And at least don't tell him he's doing it and then tell him he's not. How about that?
Yeah, that stunk. Yeah, even though they hadn't hired Gunn at that point, but yeah, that's got to be a low. That's you got to be so happy to play that role again and think that maybe you're going to get a good chance to have a good portrayal, because I think he really understands the character pretty well. But yeah, that's got to be a downer. But I mean, I would have done a few movies with Cavill, and then you could always do a younger Superman. But of course, the problem with Marvel's success is now DC's got a copy, so they have to have a shared universe too. So you just can't have a standalone movie anymore. You've got to build to a whole big universe, which is a detriment sometimes. So at least the Batman, I guess, was totally standalone, whether you love it or hate it. But just fine too. I think you can also do movies that aren't interconnected. But I would have kept him for a few movies, and then you can always go your own way, I guess. But he wants to start over. Maybe he'll get and pick an unknown. Like when you were out, I'd mentioned Hugh Jackman was a last minute replacement, and the guy was known for musicals. So look how great he turned out for Wolverine. Because and we got to thank Tom Cruise for that, because the actor who was going to portray Wolverine took the role in Mission Impossible. What's his name? I'm picturing his face.
His name is guy that missed out on playing Wolverine and ended up on Batwoman. That's his name.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was on Batwoman. He's a good actor too. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, imagine turning down that role. I don't think he would have nearly been as good as Jackman either. But who knows? But yeah, that's a big career miss. So yeah, it's.
Let's see. Here we go. We got What did one Christmas tree say to the other? I'm feeling pine. Oh,
Dougray Scott.
Dougray Scott. There you go.
Dougray Scott. Yeah, thank you, Chris.
1000. This new Superman movie. Let's see, 1000. This new Superman movie without Cavill will have a young Superman learning everything from a strong, independent Jennifer Lawrence Supergirl who won't work out and will weigh 90 pounds. You've nailed it, JT. There you go.
And the red sun won't affect her either. Don't forget.
Yep. How do I hate Warner Brothers? Let me count the ways. I don't blame you, Larry. They're a slimy company. What they've done for years and years. What they did I don't know what they've done for a lot of things. Here's the thing about Captain James T. Skywalker. Here's the thing about to concern yourself with that. I can understand what you're saying. Not sure I want to see Gunn's take on Superman. I'm not sure I do either. I got to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm going to give him a shot, but
yeah.
When has he ever done anything that is even remotely serious?
The only thing I have to say is comedy is more difficult to do than a good drama, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
So I think that if he puts his brain to it, Peacemaker did have some good, counterpoints and serious points to it, juxtaposed with the outlandish comedy. And I did love that series in the end. I thought it started off kind of weird, but then in the end I loved it. And who doesn't love Eagly? Come on. So but yeah, let's see what he can do with something more serious. Yeah. So if we could get once in a while a couple of cracks from Superman, but it's got to be more of a straight laced a bad pun. I could see Superman doing like bad dad puns maybe once in a while, like one a movie, movie. Not that I want to see that, but
didn't do that.
Didn't he have a couple? He had a couple of comedic. He
was just
lines.
An inimical guy. He didn't really make any kind of jokes.
Yeah,
interesting. Oh, thank you, Picasso, for that sodium. Wow, I thought doesn't sodium salt, but I thought I had plenty of salt.
Well, if you Gatorade, maybe Gatorade, or
I need to get some of that. Yeah, thank you, by the way, Picasso. The Darcipio says something interesting. He says, I still think Matt Damon would have made a greatest Wolverine a lot better than Matt Damon. So,
well, he's smaller.
Only shorter, right? American to play Clark Kent. Yeah, but if you could do the accent, what the hell? But I hear you, dude. I mean, Lieutenant Crennington says, if Gunn could make a talking raccoon and a bamboo stick enjoyable, then I'll give him a chance with DC. Well, that's a fair cop.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I understand it. And hello there, Lisa. Lovely Lisa. Good to see you. I'm actually, look, I don't disagree with you there, Lieutenant. I'm willing to give them a shot as well. I am simply saying, you do sometimes kind of take into account somebody's track record when they take over something and go, well, if they, if they beat these expectations, if they do something a little bit different, great, because he is a very good filmmaker. He's very talented. He's, he does seem to understand. I don't know if he understands characters all that well, to be perfectly honest. He understands making them into jokes. So, and I like the Guardians movies, and but like I didn't like the Suicide Squad much. I like Peacemaker, but that's kind of that needs to be an outlier. He doesn't need to approach superheroes that way or that's really going to be terrible. I don't think they'll let him. They'll let him make Peacemaker that way, but not anything else. I hope. So I hear you, Lieutenant, and I don't disagree. I'm willing to give him a shot because he does have talent. But it's also understandable the people who are apprehensive as well. Brian Hepburn, what's up, sir? Take a what's that?
Thermotab salt
supplement. Thank you. I like the advice, and I will definitely heed it. I need something. So I understand what Lieutenant's saying, Mark, and I understand what Captain was saying about having apprehension about it, considering what we know of his record. And I'll really reiterate: do we know anything James Gunn has ever made that's serious? Dark, yes.
Yeah.
Disturbing, yes. Like that movie Super, I've heard all about it. I've read things about it. I have no interest in watching it, but it's still, that's humor, though. It's just black humor in this case. I don't think he's ever made any movie that's just a serious. And you get to be a one-trick pony at some point. Can he do anything
Super
else?
Was pretty
Abigor.
Brutal, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it, though. You seen it? Abigor.
I've seen it, yeah.
So point is, but has he ever done anything either outrageously dark but humorous like that? Everything lighthearted stuff like Guardians, or even the in-betweener like Peacemaker? Has he ever done anything just a straightforward, adventure? Because even look at the goofy crap in I love Infinity War. He did help write that. And you can see where the Guardians act like goofballs still. And they have some goofy stuff in it.
And that kind of works for the Guardians, I have to say, too. Just
his Guardians.
His Guard. Yeah, well, his Guard. And, that's one of my favorite Marvel movies, I have to say. But most of his stuff is, I'm looking at his IMDb. So, Scooby-Doo, Dawn of the Dead, Scooby-Doo 2, Slither, Super, which was with Rainn Wilson. That was brutal.
Thanks,
interesting,
Fancy.
but brutal.
I will definitely get some orange juice. Go ahead.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, huge, massive hit. Then he did Belko Experiment. That's a horror film. I haven't seen that. Guardians 2, Brightburn, which I despise. I know a lot of friends of mine loved it. It was just, I just don't think it was. He was a producer on that, but I didn't think it explained the kid's turn to evil well enough. I thought it needed about 15, 20 minutes. And then the brutal horror, the graphic, which does make sense in context of a Superman, quote unquote, what they could do to a body. But, that was just, too much for me at that time. Suicide Squad, which was okay. I like that, I guess. Yeah.
I don't like it too much. It had some fun stuff. I like things in it.
Well, the Rat Girl was
Rat Girl, and Polka Dot Man was funny.
That was fun,
and interesting. But I didn't like that's the thing. The Peacemaker show was kind of okay, but I hated it at the end when Peacemaker went bad.
That's true.
Man.
But the series redeemed Peacemaker.
Rick Flag, which was kind of just ridiculous. Yeah. The series, I don't know if it redeemed him. He's just pathetic. I think the movie's funny. The show's funny, but Peacemaker's still pathetic and useless. And it's fine for a comedy show, and it's disturbing as hell. But
they did directly address that scene, and they replayed that scene, and when Rick Flag calls him out at the end. So, and I think with his dad, so they did attempt to. They didn't, just let that lie at least too. So, and of course, the whole tone of that series, like you said, it's a comedy series. And then we got Guardians 3 coming up, Coyote versus Acme, I guess they're making. And let's see, short films don't need an acting roles. I guess he's been in, of course, cameos. And let's see, what's he done for TV? Really not much besides Peacemaker, I Am Groot, and the Guardians Holiday Special, which was awesome. But that's, comedy again. And had some, heartfelt moments, which was good for a Christmas show. Oh, they're gonna make an Amanda Waller series, TVA, maybe.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't think you need to do that. So,
Raise your hand, everybody, who wants to see an Amanda Waller TV series.
right?
Thank you, Brian Hepburn, for that. By the way, I appreciate that, and thank you, Fanty, everyone, for the suggestions. I mean, I think I'm definitely gonna have to get me some orange juice and some bananas.
Yeah.
Because I don't. So what you guys are saying basically is M&Ms don't help with the potassium.
Probably not. Yeah.
Could they cause cramp though? Could we at least,
I don't know.
absolve them of causing cramp? So maybe the Italian food I ate tonight did it. I don't know.
Did you eat sea bugs? You had squid?
Yeah, right. What are you talking? What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
And went to the Geek meeting tonight. Our monthly Geek meeting where we all went to the Bistro Italia and had me some chicken Alfredo that was really nice.
Okay. Just don't try to order. Don't try to order that in Rome because they don't make that in Rome. It was funny because one of my buddies who's almost as big as me, or a big guy like me, and he's in Rome and he's telling me this horrible food. I'm like, well, what'd you try to order? He's like, well, I tried to order chicken Alfredo. I'm like, but they don't make that there, and the guy didn't know how to make it.
Well, why don't they make it?
It's just not an Italian dish. It's just it's an American thing, which I love too. I mean, I love it.
No, it's good. So, yeah, it was good.
But he's like, the food in Rome was horrible. But then he was describing to me how the guy tried to make, he was asking him to make American Italian dishes, and it wasn't going over well. But yeah, so,
Amanda Waller. That's pretty dumb, Amanda Waller series. But yeah, no, it was good though. It was good, but it's gonna stick with me for a couple of years. Ugh. I'm feeling it. Amanda Waller series, sign me up. Insert Wikipedia definition of sarcasm here provided by Patty Jenkins. Yeah, we got you there, hungry Jack. Gobble them down in the plate. Come back for hungry Jack. Boom. This nostalgic commercial moment is brought to you by Clobberin Times.
Sorry, what's her name out as Wonder Woman and the actress?
I don't know. Gal Gadot. Well, maybe she might be the next one to announce being gone. She might be the one who's gone next.
I mean, she plays a character who doesn't age, but I think she's great in the role. She's got that exotic look and that accent. It works, I think. So,
she might be the next one to announce. I bet YouTube.
I mean, Wonder Woman was. Was 84 was just so horrible. WW 84 was just a travesty.
Yeah.
And like you always say, you can't blame the actors, but what a horrendous horrendous story. I mean, just horrible.
Movie.
So
yep. So she can't really. I don't know what she's supposed to do. She can't really blame anybody after that movie. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, and that was all her show too, right? So that was the first movie she didn't write, as far as if I'm remembering correctly. I don't think she was a writer on it. Yeah, so
not entirely.
I think she wrote 84, didn't she? So
she and Jeff Johns. Yeah, Lisa, we saw that. We were talking about that. It's a shame.
That Star Wars girl is going to be in mourning. My goodness gracious.
Yes, she's good. Oh, poor Anna, the Star Wars girl. Because I know she loves them. No Amanda Waller series for me, says Oliver Bellamante. The comic books and cartoons involving Waller are enough. At least Deadshot said, if anyone who deserves hell, it's Waller. Yeah, they handled her sort of okay on the Justice League show. I hate the first Suicide Squad movie and the second, and I don't really care too much for the second one. I think it was a little bit better, but the James Gunn one. And then she was on Peacemaker.
Yeah. They killed her off of Arrow, though, too, which I was in the beginning because they wanted her to just be on the movies before they realized.
Was she Waller?
Yeah, there was a Waller, yeah. So before that, and that was the two characters. Oh, God, what was the black guy's name? Was supposed to play
Diggle.
Green Arrow. Diggle his wife took over, I think, as the head.
There was also one in Green Lantern, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Was it Angela Bassett?
Yeah. So
Picasso says, I doubt that Gal Gadot is done. They're just going to get it new. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they get rid of all. If they would get rid of Cavill, I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of her too. They might not. I'm just saying I would be surprised. WWE 1984 where there was a scene where WWE had to convince young Bruce to give his parents back. Oh, to give his parents back.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah, Garbaggio. Someone I think mentioned. I'm sorry if I missed the question. Everybody, someone said something about. Do you think Johns could write a good Superman movie? Who said that?
Jeff Johns.
Yeah, someone said something. Oh, wonder if Jeff Johns could write a good Superman movie. Says Captain James T. Scott. Anything's possible. He's written some good comics before. But Darsubio says Godot is done. I would not be surprised. Yes, Lisa, WWE 1984 was horrific. I would not be surprised if she's gone. But Jeff Johns has written some good comics. That's all I can tell you. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't like his Superman run, and I read it when he actually brought in Richard Donner. He actually worked with let Richard Donner pitch in with some of his Superman stories because he worked with Richard Donner. I did not like John's Superman run. He did other stuff better. I'm Kurt Busiek fanatic, and I didn't like his Superman run that came after it either. But what are you going to do? So, yeah, I mean, anything's possible. Yeah, Justice Society was good, Larry. He was fine on that, and he was fine on Green Lantern for a good while. So he's a good enough writer sometimes, on Flash even before that, but I don't know. Sure, anything's possible. He could write I don't think they're going to let him get near a Superman movie. I don't think they're going to let him. I mean,
probably not.
He had his name on Wonder Woman, on the Wonder Woman 1984, and they just got rid of Patty Jenkins probably because of that. So there's no way they're going to let Jeff Johns get anywhere close to that. I don't think James Gunn would let him in there to do anything.
No, because it's on Gunn now, right? So the guns to his head. If he's cleaning house, so.
Right, if he's cleaning house to the point where he gets rid of Henry Cavill, then I don't think anybody's going to be safe.
No one's safe. Yeah, even as Darcipio says, he thinks Godot is done. I'm waiting for Godot, but I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, if Guns, he's the new boss in town, right? So
yeah, he's not going to bring anybody
to the
from
new boss. So he's gonna.
Yeah, he's not going to bring anyone in from any of that stuff.
Or he's going to write the story, but I don't think he will. I think you're right, but
he'll bring in some other writers too.
He'll bring in his people, or he'd, write the story and then, have someone else maybe be involved, like Johns maybe would like co-write it or something. But there's too much pressure on him right now too because he's been given the keys to the kingdom. So when you're the boss, I don't care whatever business you're in. You own a restaurant, you whatever. Company, or you own a little manufacturing place. It's all comes down to you when you're the boss, no matter what you're doing. If you got 10 people working for you, 5 people, or 50,000, it all comes back. And there's a lot of pressure. So he's not going to let anything get by him, I don't think, because then this is going to tarnish him, right? If he has a lot of failures. I mean, I'm sure not every movie is going to be $1 billion moneymaker, and it shouldn't have to either. But you're not going to want to. If you're proactive, I don't really care what happens.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that kind of guy.
I think they're going to carefully plan things out because we see what happens when you go in with no plan. That's what you get. That's what you've got for the past since 2011, 12 when they signed up. What's his face? Or 2012 and 13 when finally with 13 was when Man of Steel came out. For 10 years we've seen how the mess was from not having a good plan and trying to rush things in the first place. So and in this I'm sure everyone could use a little bit of a breather, give them time to plan it, probably a year or so before they even start announcing any of the projects. I'd say as far as gun, maybe not, it might be quicker than that. How the hell do I know? But I wouldn't be looking for any announcements of future projects from Gunn anytime soon.
Is there anything in the queue right now that's coming out? I mean, they canceled Batgirl or was it
Batwoman
or Batgirl?
That's another season. Next year's got all this other crap coming out. Yeah, without Batgirl, they've got.
It's Batgirl, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you got your Aquaman 2, and you've got your Captain Shazam 2, Electric Boogaloo, and Flash, and we got those. Those are coming out. What is there something else I'm missing?
I think that's it, right? Well, the chat will help us out, but
yeah,
I think that.
Yeah. So they got to get those things out of the way. So, but as far as an announcement of what's coming, did they?
Yeah, nothing new, right?
Aren't they making Pissmaker season 2? And I'm sure he's not
Oh,
that involved with it.
I'm sure that's because that was a
it's
big
probably
success.
close to done. Probably might even be done for all we know.
That's we've got the power of Goggle, so.
Yeah, you are the master user of Goggle. Thank you, Darcipio. I appreciate that.
Or the chat will get it before weekend, but
yeah. So I don't know, but it's going to be a little bit, and it needs to be. Let everything just kind of sit and rest for a while. They say Zavalos wants to save money, bringing in unknowns would save them lots of money, says Fanty. Yeah, that's probably the case.
Yeah, so Deadline confirmed the follow-up season in February 2022 with James Gunn releasing a statement to mark the announcement. He's married to actually the one of the characters, the blonde girl in Suicide Squad. So there ain't no way that's getting to the cop. So there ain't no way that series is getting canceled, right? If his wife's in it.
Oh, Gunn is?
So, yeah.
That's right. I'm trying to remember which one she was now.
Yeah, I'll show the picture. Yeah, this is his. I'm forgetting the character's name. Here's the article. Yeah, wasn't she she was the undercover? Wasn't she the undercover cop? Oh no, she wasn't the cop. She was
I watched it and I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Blue Beetle. Thank you, Kat. That's one more thing.
Yeah.
Paulie talked about that yesterday and today, as a matter of fact. Blue Beetle's one that, look, who knows, but it could be fun. Could be one of those coming out of nowhere type deals. Oh, yeah. She's fantastic. She was not a cop. She was one of the agents or whatever.
She was the agent, right? Yeah. She was the agent. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's his wife. Yeah. So,
well,
so what are the odds that
be
it's going to get canceled, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's going to be fine.
Jennifer Holland. Yeah. No, you really like the actors, and they all were really good. So, and of course, then they made fun of the Justice League at the end in the finale, right? So,
JT Kirk, be good, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Interagency Defense Command. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it, DJ Ronnie G. Is that what it's called?
I can't remember what it was. Yeah. And only John Cena can rock that helmet, right? So
I like that opening credits scene.
Yeah, everyone loved that. That's a great heavy metal tune. Yeah,
I don't know why I like
a massive hit. Oh, it was great with the silly dances and yeah.
I know, but it's just goofy for us. It fits that show.
It fits James. It's James Gunn.
It's fun.
That's classic James Gunn, right?
It's going to do that with Superman instead of having like
an opening
with John Williams music.
Yeah,
they'll all be dancing. They'll be doing stupid dances to open up their movie. I'm kidding. Look, Gunn may surprise everybody.
Yeah, I think he could. I mean, it's just it's a shock pick for me. I was surprised that he got that job. Of course, he's had so much success with Marvel. So, but then when you're offered the chance to be in charge, right, and do your own thing and be the boss, it's tough to turn that down too. So,
Mr. Angel, yeah. Now,
hey, Mr. Angel.
What if he's smart enough to do something like bring in the Russo brothers and let them handle Superman? That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Again, I mean, they did a lot of good stuff. I don't know if these are guys who care about DC or not, or they're probably sick of working for corporations, doing corporate sludge, which is really all we ever get from these corporations now. So I don't know.
I guess there's a lack of creativity, which is why Guardians of the Galaxy I love so much, because I didn't expect that going into that movie, and then it was very Star Wars-esque for me, just in terms of the, obviously not with the humor, but just with the feel, the way the characters interacted with each other. It was it was a family right away, and then throwing the humor, which was funny, and then. Don't forget the music with the soundtrack, how popular that was. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Really played all the time. Both of them were
played all the time. And, that made the movies so much so much better. You watch the scene with Star-Lord later on without the music playing. It looks so stupid. It doesn't work. When they're traveling back in time in the last movie to fix everything, which is another issue. But it was brilliant. Guardians of the Galaxy is brilliant. I mean, take those misfits and make a big success, and they're part of the cultural landscape in Marvel now. There's no FF in Marvel, and we got Guardians of the Galaxy. So there you, of course, I know they didn't have the rights, but just think of how popular Guardians are.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, there's no FF, right? I mean, so Fox screwed up, but they couldn't make the FF work. But then you get James Gunn; he gets all that credit to go in there, and maybe it was a movie for the normies, but everyone loved that movie. I mean, everyone I talked to loved that movie, even people that weren't, not to throw my wife under the bus as a normie, but it's okay. But she liked the movie too.
I'm sure she doesn't mind.
She doesn't mind.
I thought she wouldn't want to be called a geek, would she?
Probably not. Yeah.
She'd probably say, "Good, I'm not a geek like you, Mr. Toy Guy."
Toy guy, yeah. So
Mr. Toy Man.
And when you're making a movie like that too, you got to appeal to everyone. We're the minority here, probably, that read all the books and buy all the merch, and unfortunately, but you don't want to anger those people too. But you got to make it accessible. So, and he did all that with Guardians of the Galaxy, and Pratt, is one of the big stars now. So,
yeah, Darth Scipio, I have to speak to that for a sec. He says Favreau was way better than Gunn, even though Boba Fett sucked. I agree that Boba Fett sucked. Favreau's not perfect either. As a matter of fact, I hate Iron Man 2. Or dislike it a lot anyway. Now, he's not. It's been far exceeded as the worst Marvel movie since, but for a while there though. So I'm just saying Favreau. All I'm saying about Favreau is, while he is good, I love the first Iron Man film. He is good. He's not perfect either. So
God, I wish we had a movie as bad as Iron Man 2 coming out this year.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, good point. And although it still holds up in its badness, so I'm sorry, it's still bad. And I also agree that Guillermo del Toro is better than Gunn. I would agree with that statement, for sure. Yeah. And yes, Hungry Boy, the FF film is doomed. Bad pun. Too bad. Yeah, bad pun with the truth.
That was the name of actually the Roger Corman documentary, Doomed.
Undoomed. It was Undoomed, wasn't it?
Was it Undoomed? No, I think it was Doomed.
I'm kidding. It was Doomed. Yeah. It was a cool YouTuber named Undoomed. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it was Doomed. It was called Doomed. But yeah, and boy, was it ever. Good one. But yeah, hey, look. It is a sad state of affairs when I know, because the rights screws up that we're in different companies, but the fact that we have two decent, some very well liked, some beloved, in fact, two beloved Guardians of the Galaxy movies that are generally loved. Not by everybody, but they're very popular. And we have no good Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, I mean, the second one was obviously not nowhere near as good as the first one. But
I'm talking about just out of all of them. The Corman one, the two Sony ones, and Fan Four Stick. Of all four of those, none of them are good movies. First one is, you can't count it because it was not done to be a movie. It was still, I don't care how nostalgic you might feel about it, it's not a good movie. It's Roger Corman spending $20, and then in fact, it's despicable what they did with that movie if you think about it. And I'm tired of people waxing nostalgic about it just because Fan Four Stick is so bad. It's not good. There's nothing good about that movie.
Well, the fun thing about it was just in the 90s, getting that bootleg. Like, you were one of the cool kids, you were able to watch it, and I think there was a little bit of that.
Yeah, we did.
Because it was back in the day before you. I remember like telling a friend, like, you got to get me the He's like, I got it at a con. I'm like, got to send it to me. I got to watch. I got to see the movie. So you're all excited to see it. And the actors, they did their best, and Sue was good, but the jeweler was ridiculous. Though. Yeah, but I think their heart was in it when you watch the documentary. And they thought the movie was going to be released. They were crushed. I mean, because they were paid to go to all these cons. They were promoting the movie. Talk about, of course, there's nothing like Cavill getting screwed. But, you think you're going to be in a movie that's going to get some play. And I think the girl who did Sue Storm, ended up doing a bunch of roles. A couple of people did some stuff. Yeah, so
But
you felt bad for them. So watching, highly recommend watching that documentary, Doom.
Rebecca
It's
Stab.
interesting. Rebecca Stab, she was good, and then of course you had Robert Culp's son playing Doom. So and I'm a big fan of Bill, Culp, the elder from Greatest American Hero, and all those great roles in Twilight Zone and or Outer Limits. But
Hey, Donnie
I think,
Pearson.
yeah, I think people you're right. They're nostalgic about it, and a couple of things they did get right in terms of the way the characters feel, kind of like the other movies did with the characters act, Johnny and Ben acting together in the first, especially the first FF movie, the Fox one. But
Those are just
overall,
deeply flawed. But
yeah,
Fan
very
Four Stick
flawed.
is. Here's the thing: just Fan Four Stick is so horrible. It makes it. It is.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the Corman movie isn't as bad as that.
I almost walked out of Fan Four Stick.
They were both made for copyright reasons.
Yeah.
They were not made for any other reason. Huh? What?
Yeah, no, I almost walked out of Fan Four. I couldn't believe I was watching it. I should have, yeah. And then I told him I should have. I almost walked out. And then when Ben is like this little pipsqueak, and they did the Ultimates. It was the Ultimates origin, and it just was such a bad movie. I mean, just even if it wasn't FF, it was like a sci-fi movie about none of of course the characters didn't match anyway, but it was nothing good about it. Yeah, Larry, yeah, I Spy and Outer Limits. Yeah.
Oh, Muslim Uncle.
Yeah.
Your Muslim uncle said, "I don't think you answered my question about them keeping Cavill." I'm sorry. Let's see. I may not have seen it. A secret for alternate universe Superman and bringing back as older Superman for that multi verse storyline. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't see it, man. I don't know. I guess anything. I don't know. Maybe that's possible. It seems kind of unlikely since he's announced that like that, and. I mean, imagine the bad press if that's a hoax. In other words, he's saying that, and later they come back.
People be mad, yeah.
And then later he comes back. We were just kidding. He's going to be in another movie with a different something else. I can't imagine them doing something like that. So I think that's. I would say that's highly unlikely, but I would also say to you, your Muslim uncle. I'm frequently surprised at some of the things they do. So I guess you never know.
I think
can't
they
see
could
that happening.
I think they could do that, but I think it would be decided down the line. I don't think it's decided now, but I could see that as a scenario 5 years from now. Hey, let's do a Kingdom Come movie. Let's bring Cavill back for that. Just like Brandon Routh was Superman, the Kingdom Come Superman in the CW.
Crisis,
yeah, and he did a great job at that in the costume. Costume did look good too. So
Keeping them a
secret, looked good in that.
They wouldn't have come out. They wouldn't have had him make this announcement. I don't think. But
yeah. But I could see that happening down the line, though.
Maybe, but not. Me. But he's saying that like it's all not like now. Subterfuge that they're.
No, I don't think they would do that now because it's that would be too shitty to do to Cavill, right?
They and might be crazy enough to do something like that. Muslim uncle, but I wouldn't think so. But who knows, man? Lieutenant Crittenden said, "I'd like to see a Nicholas Meyer directed superhero movie, a comic book movie, just based on what he did as in writer and director, without knowing Trek. I don't even know what he's doing anymore. I've had my issues with the guy on some levels, but he did. I mean, even though he did a fine job on Trek 2, I think it was. It's always one of the more admirable stories about Hollywood. How he. And by the way, this is not all Nicholas Meyer. This is Harv Bennett. That was one of those things that people talk about so much how great Nicholas Meyer is. Harv Bennett got that job, and when he brought Nicholas Meyer in, it was he that put him on the path to study Star Trek and learn about it. But most of that comes from Harv Bennett, and so Nicholas Meyer, to his credit, he was just following orders from Harv Bennett.
Yeah, Harv Bennett had the great idea to go watch all 79 episodes. And back in the day, he had to get film, so he watched it on film.
It was, it wasn't like he could just pop out the DVDs. Yeah, I mean, right. So
he watched that. And of course, I've read too much on Star Trek too, so that was all his idea. When he saw a space seed, it clicked.
It was all him.
Genius,
and then he told Meyer to watch him. So I don't. And Meyer had. So was it Meyer did Meyer watch them all? I don't know, maybe, but he did enough, and he knew enough, because of Harv Bennett, And again, he was the one that didn't want to bring Spock back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad we have Spock back, dumbass. But he also co-wrote, I think, Trek 4, and then of course directed 6, which I don't like very much. But I'm that guy that has a lot of problems with Trek 6. We're not going to litigate that here. We've have a whole review show on that. But it's an unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion. You're soaking in it. But he's soaking a lot of them here. So, however, I don't even know what he's doing anymore, Lieutenant. I don't know if does he do stuff anymore? Is he even making films? He's pretty old. Just saying.
Not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah.
We lost Harv Bennett a good while back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And by the way, we had a brutal celebrity death the past couple of days that no one cares about because he's not super well known. But Stuart Margolin passed, and that's a damn shame. I love that guy. That guy was the character he played, most known for playing the character of Angel on the Rockford Files.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. I saw that
Yeah.
in the Twitter feed the other day. Yeah.
He won Emmys for playing an Angel on Rockford Files. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well,
Angel indeed.
Older we get, the more people we know that we're going to lose until it's our time, unfortunately. So, but,
yeah. So good old Angel. It was what a hilarious character. I love Rockford Files, and
that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, great show. James Garner, the great James Garner.
Yeah. That's a classic, yeah. With the answer machine in the beginning of that was the opening, right? With the answer machine.
This is Jim Rockford at the tone. Leave the name and message, and I'll get back to you. Hey, Rockford, Alice, Phil's Plumbing. They're always different. It was always a different thing. Like, hey, Rockford. One of my favorite ones was, hey, Rockford, very funny. I ain't laughing. You're gonna get yours. Boom, 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 boom. Then the music would start. He was also in Love American Style. Remember that?
Oh, that was a crazy show, Love American Style in the 70s. Yeah. I don't know how I know that as a kid, but that was in syndication, I guess.
Yeah, you're pretty young. I guess it was syndication because even I was young when that was on.
Right? Yeah. So that
Love American Style.
How do we explain that show?
Adam West was on. How do you explain it?
It was a like Twilight Zone for lovers.
Yeah, it was a kind of a for then risque comedy anthology for network television.
I guess, right? Yeah, because there's always a different cast, right?
Right, and they would always have these little in between bits in between their stories, and they had a lot of famous TV actors would do. By the way, Happy Days pilot was on there. The Happy Days pilot was an episode of Love American Style.
Wow,
true story. And not all the same actors, of course. They all were on it, but I know Ron Howard. I can't remember who else was on there from the transferred to the show, but Love American Style would have all these little bits in between.
Was Chuck there?
I don't know if Chuck was there or not. Yeah. I don't think Fonzie was there.
Yeah. Fonzie was an afterthought to the series, or was a temporary character at first.
Right. But so Love American Style. I mean, Happy Days started on Love American Style. Love American Style. Yeah. So but Rockford Files, man, they had all so many. This is Jim Rockford at the tone. Leave the message, and I'll get back to you. Beep, beep. Mr. Rockford, this is whatever his name was. I just was saying I found your wallet, and I'm going to be returning it to you. I got your address and everything. I'm returning the money and all that stuff anyway, but I'm keeping the wallet. I just love genuine leather. You always got a crazy message. They had a different one in every episode.
It's a great, because I love those anthology shows where you just, boom, you had a new story all of a sudden and new characters, new actors, and, you just, within 5 minutes, you're into it, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, it was just, God, I love that. It was hilarious. And Stuart Margolin was always they always had these like silent bits that they would do in between the regular stories. And Stuart Margolin was the one doing all the physical comedy on those.
Yeah.
And then it was on Rockford. He became a recurring character on Rockford, and he won some Emmys on there.
Yeah, I was reading that. Yeah, he did get some Emmys. Yeah, so
Adam West was on a Love American Style. I can remember.
Yeah,
great guest cast of Love American Style. Yeah, that was sort of like pre-Love Boat, like well-known, TV stars.
I guess,
all over it. Yeah.
I used to watch it though. I don't know why the hell I would be watching that as a kid, but it would just
I
there weren't that many choices, right? I mean, if you're home,
no, I watched it.
well, yeah, but there's what I'm saying is channel wise, you had where I was, you had
Yeah.
2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 13 was PBS, and 9, 11, 5 were the independents, which kind of get that's what you watch as a kid, and 2, 4, 7, during the day, I'm saying, or afternoon. Then 2, 4, 7, so you had the three major networks, but that's where you got all your reruns on those other channels. So if soap opera was on, you'd put that on maybe.
Sure. I guess it wasn't reruns for a good while. Mark, have you read the 1991 What the number 10 comic where Dr. Doom becomes Santa Doom? It's kind of funny. In the end page that Santa gave Dr. Doom a teddy bear. Yes, I've been planning to review this. I might review it with purple next week. I don't know, but if I could. Oh, sorry.
No, I just put it up. Yeah, I just put it up. Yep. So
this is
I
a
don't know
comic.
if I've read this.
I might review that before Christmas hits.
Yeah, that looks.
This is funny.
John
Byrne.
So what the? Not to be confused with What If. It's What the.
Yeah, What the was a parody comic.
Parody, yeah. So an intruder alarm. It's Santa Claus. Yeah. Look at that sleigh there.
Yeah. I was thinking. I was actually reading this the other day. It's been a while since I read it. I was thinking about reviewing it because I think. That's my dumb memory. I always do this. I'm pretty sure I got reminded about it last year, maybe the year before, and said, next Christmas, I'm going to review this. Well, it's now next Christmas. So I'm reviewing 2 comics on Monday, maybe Wednesday or something. We'll do it if it's a quickie.
I'll be doomed for
it's
Christmas.
Fairly quickie.
8-pager. It's an 8-pager, yeah.
Be doomed for Christmas.
I'm Santa Doom. Yeah. And that looks like that's definitely recognized Burns art. You can tell like what period of the FF that is too, with just the art. And he's inking himself there, or
go back to the top. Let me see. I'm gonna say no. Okay. He's not inking himself on this. They don't have credits.
This is just an article on it, so they don't have the whole.
Did they show the splash page?
Let's see. Do they show the splash page? Let's see here.
Yeah, Scott Lobdell, Byrne, Fazzo, and Moody, whoever they are. I don't think he inked himself on this one, but I could be wrong.
Okay. And who would be
yes, got Daniel Fazzo inked him on it.
Okay. Well, that's not a slide. Oh, that's a trap there. Yeah.
One thing I can tell you for sure, not familiar with Fazzo that much, but I can tell Byrne inking himself from a mile away. It should have been made a federal statute law, punishable by something extreme, painful.
Yeah.
For Byrne to ink himself.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can read this, but it says to Ultron, to Kang, to Immortus.
Kang, to Immortus.
Yeah.
Kang and Immortus, wow.
Doom's getting away. What should we do? Yeah, so they're following him as he's. And I love the Four Freedoms Plaza. I love that design for the HQ there. That was very cool. Even though not so practical, but it was cool. Merry Christmas to all.
I hate those FF costumes.
You don't like it with the white.
I don't like them. I never liked those uniforms.
Yep.
Byrne.
Duly noted.
There's Quasar. I mean, the art's good.
Yeah. No, it's good art. Yeah. So of course you have to fight, right? The heroes have to fight. Yep. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, with the. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of Grinch-like there. Yep.
Yeah. I'll be doomed for Christmas. Pretty cool stuff. It's funny. It's funny.
Teddy bear. Thank you for that suggestion. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yep. Yeah. There you go.
Yep. Dr. Doom was Santa Claus. I need an action figure of that. That'd be great for do a custom Doom Santa.
Doom and Santa Claus?
Actually, I have one of the big 12. Remember the famous covers line that was out of action figures a while ago, or in the 90s. So I have a pretty cool Doom that would be maybe pretty easy to put a 12-incher to get a Santa suit on. That might be fun. Yep. Fun project. Where's Andy Masterson when you need him? I'm sure I could find a 12-inch scale Santa suit and throw it on Doom. That'd be funny. There you go. I got
Watch
a new
out.
project.
He might have heard you.
He might have heard me. Yeah.
He might have heard you. He might make that. He
Andy.
slap that together in a couple of days. Yeah, I'm kidding. He could. Well, you could take a normal Doom action figure and put a.
That's what I'm saying. I got that.
Make a little Santa hat and coat.
Coat for but 12-inch scale. They must have Santa outfits you can buy. I'm sure Andy was showing us a while ago where you could get all these, heads and bodies and clothes and everything. So yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Maybe his punishment for inking himself hella would bring back Coletta from the dead to ink burn for a year. That'd teach him. If he were still in the business doing stuff regularly, I'd say that would be a fitting. Well, that's a little too harsh even for me. I don't know. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's Christmas. Yeah.
Though I'd rather Burn ink himself than Alred ink him. See the dead horse I flogged at. Yeah, let me tell you something about Mr. Mike Aldred. Not that I got nothing. I mean, yeah, he's just not like Mike Aldred as an artist. I don't know if he knows him personally or not. Of course, we're not insulting the gentleman personally because we don't know him, do we? But I am insulting Burn personally because I do know him, and I want to. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's done some nice work. Hungry Boy. Tripwire. We're gonna save it for tomorrow night. I will start out the show tomorrow with it for number 2, and I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
But are they doing both? Because once you know number 2, you know number 1.
Yeah, but that's fine. We all know who number 1's supposed to be, and it looks like they're gonna obey that.
Oh, you've seen it already. It's out.
Nope, Mike as a person is a superb human, as Raquel would say. Okay, Mike, well, good, because I like his stuff, but Hunger was not a fan. And that's okay. Just because someone's a nice guy doesn't mean you have to like their art or whatever, or anything. So, what were we talking about?
Oh, the Tripwire. So Tripwire. Is it out? You've seen it?
I know number 2. Yes, sir. And
so
I got a lot to say about it.
But what if the guy?
What's that?
I was gonna say, what if the guy that you think is supposed to be number 1 is not number 1? Do we have to have paramedics on the scene?
It's all
right.
There's not a chance in hell.
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this: if how do I say this? I'll save it mostly for tomorrow.
If
we'll save it for the guy who is number 2 did not make it on the list, I wouldn't have minded because let's just say he didn't make a name for himself. But comics aren't his claim to his biggest claim to fame. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
But at least tells me that they're going to get number 1 right.
Okay.
Because he's not on the list yet. Do you think they would? Even these people would make a list and not? I mean, even if they put him too low, he'd be on, right? I mean, it's not even a question. You see what I'm saying? I mean, in other words, there's 101 places. They would not leave him off. That was never a concern, and that's not a concern.
Yeah, it's inconceivable that they would leave that person off.
Inconceivable. It is indeed.
Right.
I mean, the placement, no matter how bad the placement is, and even if they put him at something like at a wrong spot, because the only right spot is number 1.
Yeah, I was just worried about your health if they actually didn't.
No, it's fine. Yeah. But if they did, I would
someone else.
It's so ludicrous that they wouldn't have him on the list at some point, even if they got him in the wrong spot. Then yes, you're right. I would go nuts.
Yeah.
But we now know that he's not in the wrong spot, so it's just they've already had Frank Miller. I forgot the exact number. Captain James. No, it's not Miller. He did make a name for himself in comics. I'm talking about a guy who's more famous for other things. It's just, So anyway, I won't say it. I'll say it tomorrow night. I mean, you all can find out if you just want to cheat, but if you would rather be surprised, wait till tomorrow night's Clobberin times in that Cloudy's Clubhouse. And I'm not mad at it. I just think it's wow. I don't know.
It's an interesting choice, you think?
It just doesn't. I would have. I'm not. I'll say it.
I know
Tomorrow,
you
but
want to
it's
save
just
it.
not-
Save it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it just doesn't work. To be quite honest with you, and it's I'm in a bad spot because this person we're talking about is a legend. So,
Yeah.
but just not in comics necessarily. Anyway,
But an
no
illustrating,
cheating. Yeah.
Well, you know
So-
what could make your nice night even worse is
Yes.
someone could give you this for Christmas. So
What?
I don't want to make you feel any worse, but
I'd like to feel worse. I'm a worse feeling kind of guy. Hey, I remember when I created myself. Screw this crap.
so
Why
this
would you-
came in. This came in my feed today. Yeah, so they did
Ugh.
sideshow
Why would
statue.
you put Stanley on there. You should know better.
I'm trying to
Clobberin times. Get him
take
off of
you,
there.
get him off here. Yeah.
Captain Marvel page it really? Any
Yeah.
other picture? Any
Oh,
other
yeah.
pictures on there that aren't Stanley?
Well, let's see. Red Song. This is like a gift list for Geek. So what was the first?
Stanley.
first, this is
now I'm in a
sideshow,
bad
but-
mood.
So holiday
Right.
gifts to the comic book reader. Scott Pilgrim versus the World Art.
Scott Pilgrim.
Flash LED poster. That doesn't look so good to me. Queen of the Jungle Book. That's
That's
pretty
a
good.
ridiculous pose for her. That stupid McFarlane pose.
Yeah, the McFarlane
Unnatural.
Spider-Man pose. Yeah,
Alex Ross wallpaper. Wow, that's something.
that's the one that they put on the. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that's not bad. Yep. Stan Lee statue. I don't know how
make
much
me look
that
at that
cost. Captain Marvel pager.
That's a dumb pager.
Yeah, but then what happens if she actually does show up? You're not going to want to talk
Yeah,
to
she'll
her,
punch
right?
you with her pot. She'll punch you with her cosmic power. Red Sonia.
Special covers, I guess.
What is this? What?
They
got
always
anything
print
cool on this
special.
page?
A Wonder Woman tiara model.
Well, I'd wear that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Superman Silver collectible.
Oh, what in the hell? Nice.
Let's see. Is that a comic or
Action
is it
Comics number
it's
7,
a foil
just
collectible?
a cover, I guess.
Fine foil cover in silver. All right. Well, that's not bad. Homelander Bear Brick. Who the hell wants that? I don't know. I shouldn't say. Some people love collecting those, but
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's there you go. So. Oh, this
Yeah.
could
Oh,
be
that
good.
Flash Gordon. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'll go back
Flash
to that.
Gordon's that Daredevil costume statue's cool. Oh yeah, these out now or something. This Claude sent me a picture of a Spider-Man one like that today. I think. Let's see.
I have a bunch of these. They did them in the 90s. I don't know how much this. Oh, $575. No, mine I bought was $25. Why the hell is this so expensive? Wowzers.
Oh, that's an ornament he sent me of Spider-Man. It's Amazing Fantasy. I think that's an ornament. Let me look.
Yeah, that's a Hallmark one from last year, I think. Yeah.
He's got an Amazing Fantasy 15 with him
Yep.
Spider-Man swinging and holding the. Wow, that's cool. Was it from last
No,
year?
that's cool. Yeah, that's what I think that was from last year. Yep. I didn't buy it actually, but I should have. Flash. This is $150. Yep. Yeah, I don't know why this is cheaper than the pewter ornament of the Daredevil, unless it was the other one was much more limited edition. But yeah, this is. So you wouldn't mind if this showed up at your house, yeah, for Christmas?
Oh
I
my
guess,
goodness!
yeah. With the sword
love
and
it.
the gun. Yeah.
I already have. I mean, that's cool. And I have one very. I have the NECA figure that's similar to that just came out a while back. But that is beautiful.
Yeah, not bad,
Looks
not
like
bad.
right out
So,
of Alex Raymond. That's nice.
so hopefully
$160.
Santa will
No,
drop that down the chimney.
I don't think so.
But hopefully he'll pack it well.
I don't have
it.
I don't have a chimney,
break
and yeah, that's great though. I don't. I'm not worthy of that, and I don't want to. I don't want it. I mean, you know.
I'm joking. Yeah.
But I'm sure he won't.
You're
bring it
worthy.
for me.
You are worthy. You are
Yeah.
worthy.
You should see my Christmas tree. It's Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Well, that's a great
You know what
Christmas
Charlie Brown
tree.
Christmas tree looks like, huh?
They're set. They sell them now. Actually,
I know they sold. I'm not kidding. I
that's
have that
you have the actual one. The actual
years and
toy.
years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
I put. I don't put
Yeah.
a Christmas tree up. I don't need one. It's just me. We don't do Christmas tree here, but that's
Okay.
what I put up. I put it on the top of next to the TV.
Yep. I actually
Lisa-
bought. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to see what Lisa was talking about watching stuff. Been really hard to find anything worth watching. So I've been watching the classics. Well, that's a good thing there, Lisa. I watch some of the classics too. Well, classics meaning I have a few things to watch at Christmas. If the Henry Cavill news hadn't broken tonight, that was kind of what I planned to talk about. We'll kind of touch on that tomorrow night. I was going to get like Christmas wishes for like geek wishes. Like, what are some of the things you guys? What geekness do you want for Christmas? If Santa could bring you one geek thing related to the geek things you like, whether it's something to do with comics or figures or Star Trek or Doctor Who or Star Wars or whatever, I was going to ask that, and then this news broke, and I don't usually do the headlines here, as you all know, but it was kind of the kind of thing. How do you not? I mean, like 20 minutes before showtime, how do you not, address it? Because people want to talk about that. It's just happening. So
I would ask for the Baron Kaiser and Force Commander Micronauts set. I never bought the horses and the characters.
Nice.
I never got. Yep. As time goes on, those get more expensive, but. I'd ask for an awesome FF movie, and I'd wish if Genie here, and wish that you were in charge of it. There we go.
Thank you, because I would make the greatest. People would say, "Hey, wait a minute, what's this fat ass loser doing here?" Well, just so happens the universe has decided that there would be a Fantastic Four movie, and this guy's in charge, and you have to do everything he says, and you have to obey him, because we say so. Says whoever's in charge of Disney, Iger. Bob Iger put me in charge. And says, that's the way it's going to work. No decision can be made about this Fantastic Four movie that not approved by this guy. His name is Clubby. I think that's his name. Yeah, and look, it's not because I'm paying him $100 million to do this thing either. He said he'd do it for nothing, but I said no. Let me go ahead and write you. I said, man, I don't think we could afford $100 million for you. It's like $20 million, okay? And I said, look, just because it's the FF. For you guy, I will do it I'll do it for 20. I mean, look, Bob, let's save some money. In fact, you could just pay me $4 million. How about that? And then you can just give me some residuals. You'll see how it does. Because it's the Fantastic Four. I think 4 works. But I have to have complete control over all of it. And that's the way it works. That's what Santa Claus brings me.
Yeah.
And the thing about casting it, Captain James C. Skywalker, is I don't know that it would probably mostly unknowns. I don't know if I have anyone set for it. But I'll be open to suggestions, but I can tell you what they're going to look like, folks. I can tell you what they're going to look like. As for the story, I will set it in 1961. And
I think that would definitely work. Yeah,
got to be set in 1961. It's going to follow the first issue a little bit, but I think I'm going to do something to where it's going to be actually episodic in the way that did any of you ever see the first episode? Excuse me, not the first episode. The first MASH movie by Robert Altman.
Oh, classic! Yeah,
I love that movie. They barely did it with a script. They hardly had a script at all. What was crazy and what people thought would never work was an episode. The movie's episodic. If you think about it, the movie is completely episodic. It's been rare that they've ever done movies like that where you have a consistent cast of characters in an episodic movie. But my first movie would be that. It would be a set of adventures, tacked, in a lattice together, but they would be so exciting and they would deal with the characters properly that by the time you got done, you would have set at least, it's almost like segmented into 4. But we would have to touch on the origin and do it right. Even though I'm not a big origin guy per se. And people say, oh, no one's ever going to sit still for an episodic movie. How do you know that? You don't know that.
Well, it's just different acts in the play, basically, if you do it that way.
Yeah. But they just don't make movies like that anymore. They have to have one long story. I say there's going to be connective tissue, but basically, I would chronicle the first issue. And, issue number 2 of the Fantastic Four was the Skrulls first meeting. I would probably, there are things we would have to skip over or just barely mention. But by the time we got to the end, we'd be introducing Dr. Doom at the end of the first movie. Which is, Dr. Doom was introduced in Fantastic Four number 5. The problem is, they're not going to let me use the real Submariner because I would have wanted them to. I would have included Fantastic Four #4 in that.
Well, if you're in charge, screw that. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, that's right. I
I'll
get to
give
do
you-
whatever I want.
Yeah.
So
Johnny finds him.
Johnny finds Namor, the subby, and so I think now I must admit, because issue 2, the second after the origin, I do want to start in with them establishing themselves at the Baxter Building, and the Skrulls. Remember, they go meet they meet the Skrulls in the first one.
But you can already have the
Skrulls.
Baxter Building in the origin anyway, just as
right.
As Reed's a super scientist, and everyone says, "Well, how could a guy build his own spaceship?" It's like, look at Elon Musk. I think it fits in more than ever. So you could have him saying he wants to explore, the negative zone, or you don't know that it's a negative zone, but you could say he's trying to get to this part of space. He sees some kind of anomaly there, and then it ends up being the negative zone and gives them their powers somehow with the cosmic rays. So, but we've got private companies building space vehicles now. Of course, it's not in your backyard,
right.
but
well, yeah, we got to have it's going to be 1961. It's going to stay in 1961 until the end. And again, I don't know if I ever wanted to leave that era. Personally, I think the movie should take place in the 60s and let it be its own Earth. I know that. Well, that's right. I forgot I'm running Marvel, aren't I?
You're in charge, yeah.
So I'm keeping it on that Earth. And I think what I would do is I would actually start with the origin, because it's the FF. We're going to do the origin correctly. It has not been done correctly. We're going to proceed into as they start establishing themselves as the FF. They will first encounter the Mole Man, then they will encounter the Skrulls, and then we'll probably skip over the character from FF3, to be honest, a little bit, from the Miracle Man guy. It was Mr. Miracle Man, the magician dude, and we'll go right into Subby. And Subby will be like toward the last quarter. We'll handle the Subby storyline, and then we'll finally end. And the last chapter will be their first meeting with Doctor Doom. And we might even end it on the cliffhanger with Doctor Doom and Subby teaming up, which is what happened. But it's going to be all out. So, and it's going to be in 1961. So, man, imagine having Subby and Doctor Doom at the end there. Boom. So
yeah, and you could also, if you wanted to bring it to the present, you could tie them with Ant-Man and Wasp and say they were stuck in that. Well, they don't call it the microverse anymore because some other company has the rights to that. The Transformers company. Is it Hasbro or not? Whoever has the rights to the Micronauts now for the movies. It's not Marvel, so that's why they call it the Quantum Realm. It's the microverse, but
is it Parker Brothers or no? It's ROM. I think it's Hasbro that has them. I don't know.
Is it Hasbro? Hasbro owns everything now, but it's one of those big companies.
Hasbro has them probably. So yeah.
So, but then you could have them come back. You could do a bunch of movies in the past, and then in the end, you could have them get stuck in the negative zone, and then they could reappear in the quantum realm, or
maybe at the end of the next movie.
Yeah, you could do a bunch of movies, and then they come to the future and like, oh, the Fantastic Four is back. We haven't seen him since the '60s. Then
if
boom,
they
then
need to. Yeah, but I think I might do it at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
In the next movie, I would advance it some. We would see Doom early on, middle chunk of the movie. We would sort of like advance them a few years, like they've been in the FF for a while. And I think the second movie should be the coming of Galactus. Start out with a little bit of Doom and Namor, transition into the Inhumans, and the last bit, the coming of Galactus.
Yep.
Hasbro has,
unfortunate because you're not.
Hasbro has ROM now.
They have ROM too, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they can call them. The Micronauts are. It's a mixed bag too because we covered that before. When James Gunn said Bug could not appear, even though in a movie, even though Marvel has the rights to him on comic book form, think the last time he appeared was
Gunn
in
wanted to put
Marvel.
Bug in the movies. Yeah.
Yeah, so probably they don't have the rights for the movies, and Captain Rand and Marionette are also Marvel creations,
Right.
Because originally they were calling Bug the very first couple issues a different name. I can't remember now. And then the guys are like, "Well, wait a minute, we created. He doesn't look like a toy. Let's give him a different name so we have the rights to him." Let's not be that stupid. So that's why those characters have appeared, not that often, but Bug had a one shot a few years. Well, it's probably a while ago now. And I think the last time the Micronauts appeared was in an issue of the Marvel Peter David series with Rick Jones, which just launched again. I think they're up to issue 5 or 6 right now. So yeah, it's a complicated. So another company, that's why an IDW and other companies did the Micronauts. They have all the toy characters, but they're not the same as the Marvel characters. They don't have the big 3 in there. Of course, they've got a Croyer, but they're different. It's kind of like reading a Star Trek comic when Captain Kirk and Uhura and Spock aren't in there, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. So, which is too bad. So we'll see if they do a movie, but they can't have those cool characters, or because Marvel owns the best characters other than a Croyer, and then a Croyer can't appear anymore because they have the rights to the Hasbro, whoever has the rights to a Croyer. So all these rights issues. When you're a kid reading comics, you never think of any
you don't know
these
all that
things.
stuff back then.
Yeah, but Dad, baseball players get paid. God, I'd play for the Yankees for free. What are they talking about? The guy that runs straight. What do you mean they get paid to play baseball? What are you crazy? Come on. I can't believe it. What the hell's going on here? Surprise,
what the hell's
surprise,
going
surprise.
on out there?
Man.
Yeah. Well, all I know is that the FF in my movie would look like this. By the end, they'd be fighting Namor and Subby.
Yep.
Look, Subby in his brown trunks.
Oh, the brown trunks, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Joining the diabolical duo joins forces. Yeah, that's what they would look like, and I'm proud of it. I don't care what anyone says. So yeah, in my movie, that's the way it goes, folks.
Yep.
Yeah. What's that? So, well, everyone, I thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I'm so sorry about my ailment causing trouble.
Yeah, hope you're feeling better.
So far, so good. We'll see what happens. Again, that's never really happened on air to that extent, but I've jinxed it, I guess.
Well, jinxed yourself, yep.
So, tell everybody what you got going on.
Well, had a short today. Been doing one a day in my Christmas ornaments. And my review of the Indiana Jones 12-inch figure is out too, so go catch that out. But if you want to see a bunch of Christmas ornaments, I haven't done.
I will watch it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I haven't been doing as many long form reviews as I wanted to. I got to get back to doing those. But of course, Sunday Night Geekery, and I got to figure out. I keep threatening to do some watch parties, but I want to do Night of the Meek, or maybe we'll do like a late afternoon, early evening, or before. I don't know what. Tomorrow night I'm out, but we'll figure it out. Maybe over this, with the holidays coming, it'd be fun. Even just do a half hour, watch a Christmas special together. Whoever could join us, that'd be fun. So I'll try to make that happen between now and the big holiday. Maybe we'll do a few of them because I've collected my fair share of Christmas ones. Oh, and I have they were talking about the Eureka Christmas episode. I watched that. That was pretty wild. So
but
that'd be fun.
Oh, God, dude, I forgot to tell you. Did you watch both of them?
Which one? Which I thought the one with the animated one. That was the one I was.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Amazing, wasn't it? I watched that one.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah. That was really
cool. That was funny. But
so that might be
when
fun
you
to
and I
watch.
talked about it the other night, I had not seen that one. The one the year before had an episode that was pretty good. That one, the animated one, was incredible.
Yeah. The CGI in it and the different
and
cartoon
animation,
characters,
the claymation, and
I think you could watch that too without knowing the series. So that might be.
Yeah, that's one when you can watch. You don't have to know anything about the series. I mean, it helps a little bit, but
yeah,
you don't have. It doesn't spoil. Like if you're someone who watching an early episode, maybe, or you're early in the series, it won't spoil or anything for you. I'm starting to get bummed out though because I'm getting toward the end of the show. I'm in the 5th season, getting towards the end stretch.
Getting towards the end, yeah.
And It's not easy.
Well,
to
just
suffer
when you
Will
do the
Wheaton,
playback,
man.
set it to set it to half speed so it goes longer. No, just kidding.
Yeah. It's
But
not easy.
fast forward the Will Wheaton stuff.
I
Yeah.
gotta put. Oh, he's so. You know what's funny about that? I don't know if this was. We'll never know if this is on purpose or not. Well, good night, now, hungry boy. Good to see you there, buddy.
Good night, HB.
If there's,
And
but
that-
man, they really make Will Wheaton out to be the most unlikable piece of crap in this show. He's awful and
ouch.
horrible. I'm like, maybe they don't like Wesley and they did this to him. I mean, it was a paying gig, but they really were embarrassed. He's terrible.
Oh,
But Donnie Pearson, yes, that's true. Tomorrow we'll talk about a little bit on the it's the 44th anniversary of the debut of the great Superman the movie. Superman. So anyway, show notes, folks. Lots of show notes here. Tomorrow night, of course, the clubhouse is in session.
yeah.
You think you'll be here at some point later?
I'll be because I'm going to our high school football team won the state championship.
That's great.
Yay.
Celebrating.
Yeah, ranked number
Congrats.
1. So I'm going to the dinner.
Cool.
It ends at 9. So
That's cool.
I should
we'll be here.
It's a school night, so
Okay.
I don't think it'll go
Oh.
too late. Yep.
Well, it's greatness. So no, but congrats on that, by the way.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Tomorrow night, the clubhouse with Raquel and Mark and myself, all kind of fun planned for you. Friday night at Nick Weiser's with the Friday Night Comic Shop gang. Of course, the clubhouse is 9 p.m. Central tomorrow. At 8:30 p.m. Central on Friday night, I'll be with Nick Weiser and the gang talking some Christmas animation, superhero animation. So that will be fun, reviewing some of those. Saturday night, I've decided it is a go. We'll have our final review of episodes of Deep Space Nine for the year. We will review 4 more episodes of Star Trek on Saturday night, Star Trek. So that will be fun. Then I, of course, will be hanging out with the great chief engineer Mark D with the C on his if he's doing that. You're doing the geekery, right? So yeah. So.
I should be doing that.
Okay, if we are,
I'll let everyone know. I might have to might have something coming up because of
That's
the
fine.
holidays.
I'll be there
but
if
I'll
you're
let
there.
people know. Yep.
Cool. Anyway, now Sunday not Sunday, Monday, as a Clobberin Times double feature. Clobby's Classic Christmas Comics Review double feature at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The great J-Man joins me to enter the wacky world of Bob Haney. It's a Bob Haney Xmas with Batman and Plastic Man. Brave and the Bold 148. And wackiness will ensue. I assure you. And then Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk again at the regular time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I shall review Superman, Peace on Earth. And if I guess you are obviously welcome to join me if you would like to read that and with me. But if not, I will definitely run everyone through it and show them. So, and yeah, that's what I got going on, folks, for right now, anyway. And of course, regular shows next week. I'll announce some regular shows next week. So I want to thank you all so much for being here with us this evening. The great wrenches, of course. The great Eric K. Thank you so much, buddy. Bronze Wrencher. Chris Persia, thank you so much, buddy. Vindicated Wrench of the North. D. Bud Martin, Wrench of Iron. And shout out the Fanny Outsider. And Apollome's Minion and the Pupper Oni. And Avon lives, long lives the Legion, in case you hear this later, the great Lord Thoth. So also here with us tonight, the great Hungry Boy. Thank you so much, pal. Captain Infinity and Beyond. Good to see you there, buddy. Ezra Goldstein, good to see you. Sorry we're on the way out, my friends. Lisa, lovely to have you here. The lovely Sherry was here as well. Good to see you. Pod Racing Palpatine. Abigor, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Kal-El, buddy. DJ Ronnie G. Let's see here. Death Ray. All right, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you for being here with us. Let's see. Captain James T. Skywalker. Thank you, buddy, for being here with us tonight. Let's see. I think Brian Hepburn. Thank you so much for being here with us. Larry. Larry. Whoa, no, I say Larry. Get it? Oliver Belamonte. Thank you so much for being here, Oliver. Donnie Pearson. Thanks for being here, my friend. Good to see you. Had a lively chat. Lieutenant Crittenden, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Darth Scipio, my friend, Mr. Angel, DJ Ronnie G, Picasso, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Indeedishness. Oh, what a great bunch of friends here tonight with us. Great, great stuff. Always good to have you guys and ladies. Probably got everybody. J.T. Kirk. See, it always happens.
Yeah, always miss. That happens.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Stuff happens. Yeah,
Stuff happens. Pat S was here earlier, but I think he may have had to run. The great Pat S.
Yeah, Pat S is here.
Yeah. It was. Let's see. I bet I missed him. Oh, the great J Man was here, and the great Sean. The subject Sean was here, as was Jim Largo. Thank you all. That's
Jennifer Lawrence was here too, right?
Jennifer Lawrence, yes, the lovely Jennifer Lawrence was here, creating us all. I bought Pop Culture Republic was here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There we go. Almost to the. Takes us chat a while to go back up.
Spin back, right? Yeah.
Dang it.
I just posted my Luke ornament. If anyone wants to see that from Empire Strikes Back. Actually,
everyone, please go to Mark's channel to see the shorts he's got there. And I'm not talking about the shorts he's wearing either. The short videos. That's short for short videos. Yup, you're Muslim uncle, buddy. I think we got pretty much Claude Salling. All right, now it's betting time. You ready for the betting time? Game? Here's the game. The game is on. What do you say? Yay or nay? Are there more?
Nay, because it's always got to be someone.
I'm going to say yay. I'm going to say I got them all. You lose. Probably not.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm kidding. I don't know.
I don't think.
You're right. You're right. Let's see. Michelle O'Rourke Johansson, thank you for being here. Let's see. So you won.
I won. Yep, I won.
You won the bet. Let's see if you can.
I won the no prize. Yep.
Okay, double or nothing. Here we go. Maddie's daddy. I lost again. Well, we didn't bet that time, so yeah. We didn't bet that time. What? Okay, yay or nay?
Nay.
Nay. Okay, I'm yay. I guess I got to take yay if you're saying nay.
Did you say Captain Finity?
I might win this one now. I did. Yeah.
Oh, drat.
And besides, he jumped in at the last minute there. So
yeah, I was hoping you missed that.
Let's see. Well, remember, I'm going backwards. So
you're going backwards. Yeah, that's what I was hoping you missed it. Yeah.
Oh, you win again. Classic Comics. You win again. Yeah, I'd be cheating at this time. So just Joe, buddy. So all right, yay or nay? One more time.
Yeah. We'll say yay.
Okay. You win.
All right. I like winning.
Wait, you said yay? No.
Yeah, I said yay.
Oh, you lost in Gap After Stargate.
Oh, we forgot
Gap After Dark. Okay. I forgot. That's a Stargate.
Mind the Gap. Well, that is Stargate, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, yay or nay?
We got some news about that coming out too, so we'll see.
Stargate?
Well, yeah, the Amazon bought it, didn't they?
Oh, okay. Really? Oh.
I think, yeah.
Very little of these
left
to go.
Or Netflix.
So, one more time. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Okay. For everyone who's wondering, yay means that we're done. We're
everybody. Done. We got everyone. Yeah.
You might win this one. You might win this one. You might
win
this one.
Dadman wasn't here, right? Was Dadman?
You lose. No, I didn't see Dadman. Was he here? Lemon pie. Boom.
Oh, lemon pie. Yep.
Damn it. So I'm gonna. Man, this thing takes. Yeah, I'm not. All right. I think we got it. Oh, another one. Glenzer. Hey. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is it, folks. We got everybody. We
did get Michelle. Yep, we got Michelle. Yep.
Yeah. Got everybody. All right. It'll take forever to run down this thing, even if we didn't get everybody. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us. That's it for the shout outs. I hope we got everybody here. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your night. please join us for the clubhouse tomorrow, and we'll get working on that weekend. Everybody's working.
Yeah,
on
have
that
a great
weekend,
weekend. Yep.
Yes, and please, of course, go check out my wonderful friend Raquel Briggs' book and science fiction stories. There's a link in my description below. The only reason I can't put it in the chat is because it's too damn big. When I try to go to her, when I go to copy the link on her Amazon page, it's too many letters.
Yeah, well, I have a shorted version here.
Oh, if you could do one, I'd appreciate it.
Let me put it on. Yeah,
thanks.
Let me put it on here. Yep. Let me grab that link over here.
While he does that, I will play us out of here, folks. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic remainder of your evening. Good night, everybody.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
It's Clobberin time! I just love Clobberin time.